Let's see if this even works. Love streaming Dark Souls over and over and over again. That's what I need. Just need a repeating loop of that for the next 9 hours. Alright. Boop. And may as well do this over here. And done, I guess. Oh, you won't miss anything anyways. Oh, goodness. Let's move this cord out of the way. Oh, it always takes me a while to actually get revved up to do these streams. I was telling Dragon that I always, for some reason, like most people will start with a huge amount of energy and then it drops off over time. With me, it's more like I start with very low energy. I don't want to say much of anything. And then whenever I'm about an hour in or something, then all of a sudden I'm fine. Just sit next to Solaire for a while. And condensation. Solaire just gonna stare at me for a while, buddy? I think he's got eyes for me. And I don't think it's the other way around. Got those grass shoulders. A tiny little feather sticking out of his head. He's not even looking at me. He's like looking at my shoulder. Or he's like looking beyond my... What's he looking at? What are you looking at, buddy? Looking at the door. Oh, he's being considerate. He's making sure that no one walks in on us. That's nice of him.
Amazing.
That's nice of you, Solaire. You just... Oh, there he goes. Come on. Talk. Come on, register. There we go.
You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh, no, dear me. Pretend you didn't hear that.
Alright. Oh, goodness. Today I need to defeat Hornstein and Moog. And... we'll just do some stuff. I was going to play Dying Light today, but apparently it's yet another game that will not run on this PC. And the new PC, in theory, is slated to ship on the 14th. But it might not. Might not. Who knows? Good old parrying system. Love negating combat in every single way. As long as you can actually land the parry. Which I can. Who needs a combat system? Just, you know, just do this to solve every problem. Do that to solve every problem. Unless you come across a boss, then it doesn't count. Love how janky it is. It just goes straight into the animation like that. It's adorable. Oh boy, a Silver Knight shield. I may have been farming these guys for a while. Yeah. How many of their... Yeah, I've got quite a few of those. Maybe too many. Actually, I wonder how many of the Silver Knight spears I got. Only 3. Drop rate on those must be much lower than I thought it was. Ah, that's okay. You can continue playing your dumb farming game. Like I told Nick, I have no idea why people play games like that. But maybe that's because I'm too close to it. I don't know. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. I don't know if Dying Light's a good game to stream, though. It looks like it'd be fun to play, but a lot of games, there's not much to talk about because you're kind of just... Well, it's not even that. A lot of games, the commentary will suffer because you're trying to enjoy what you're doing. Like Dark Souls, there can be a lot of just walking around, and then you can stop and defeat one enemy. Whereas Dying Light, there's just zombie. Always have to parry them, or have to repulse them in their genitals. What an angry, vindictive man our Hollow must be. Alright. I like the idea of this utility build that does have sorceries, but they're all like, you know, cast light, hidden body, oral decoy, and fall control. I never really get much of a chance to use them, though, which is unfortunate. Ooh, look at me. Like a little cat, landing gently on his saucy feet. Probably shouldn't be using this stock. I don't know. I don't know what their vulnerabilities are. By the way, my window is open next to my station here. So if you hear birds chirping or other sounds of nature or other horse shit like that, that's where it's coming from. Come on. Why are you just walking over here? Okay. Whoops. Need to get this condensation off this controller. Naughty Smo. Such a naughty, naughty Smo. Chasing me around the column. Can't get me. Oh, he got me. He tagged me. Yeah. Wow, that's strong. These columns have been here for thousands of years, and he's just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just do it anyways. Ooh. Oh, thanks for knocking me out of the way. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I forgot to kindle and then upgrade the number of Estus Flask charges that I have. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, I was gonna use a humanity. Whoops, shouldn't have done that. Oh, it can't hit me? Try again. Oh, you're so impotent. Its little plume is really pretty, though. I'll give him that. Ow. Ow. Well, come on, hit him. There you go. Oh, I hate that fucking move. It's so goddamn cheap. Where it just auto-tracks into you at the very end. If you're gonna jump back, I'm just gonna go over here. Oh, the shenanigans of Ornstein and Smo. Shouldn't be looking at chat while I'm doing this. Oh, you didn't hit me. You didn't. No, you did not. A little cheater. Can't believe you did that. Of course, hitboxes in Dark Souls 1 have never been exact. I should do that, though. Let's use... Yeah, go ahead and use the Twin Humanity. Doesn't really matter. I think I'll need 3. Something like that. Yeah, as mad as people got about, Ornstein showing up in 2 for no reason at all. Like, literally no reason. He was just there. Then it will actually be pretty funny if it turns out that, I didn't use... I should have used one more. It would be pretty funny if it turns out that 3 was even worse about it. Which it could be, actually. Because 3 is shaping up to be a best-of game instead of an actual game, in a way. Which I talked about last time. Oop. Wrong one. There we go. Now to be invaded. Probably. I can hear that knight immediately take off after me. Come on, build up. Whoops. Well, that wasn't good. You know what? Fuck that. Let's just go back. That's not a good run at all. Unless that knight follows me in here, but that would never happen, would it? Looks like it happened. Nothing comes up, though. Oh, you thought you were safe, but it's me. Oh, I'm being invaded, I guess. Well, let's just go ahead then. Because I don't want to have to deal with that, too. That's one thing about Anor Londo. Just constant invasions. It's actually quite annoying. Wonder how far... Look at his little spear clipping through the wall there. What a little cutie pie. Nah, I'll go around. Because I can hear him following me. Little rascal. Is it Friday? Is he still behind me? Yeah, he was still chasing me. It's up to no good all the time. Yeah, just keep switching out those arrows. You'll figure it out one day. No, 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 we're not doing that. See, that's the benefit of her posting. Like, see how much damage he took from multiple attacks. Oh, I got a partial parry on that one. That was weird. I got a partial, you could even hear the noise of my shield being knocked back. I staggered, but it didn't do anything to him. It's kind of strange. Go away. I just want to bring my friend. Oh, Sigmire. Oh, no. Ah, you too. That's what I hate about these guys. Get off. Jesus. Fucking models are clipping into me. Alright, let's just go. Because Solaire's gonna spend all day down there trying to fight both of those dudes. Come on. There you go. Oh, the chef. I wasn't paying attention. The chef had to return to his world. Solaire finally joined us. Oh, that is so cheap whenever he hits you through his friend. You can't even see him. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna stab right through my buddy. Didn't need him anyways. I should probably pick up my shit. And do a U-turn. Don't beat him up. Ah, you bitch. Whip me in the back, you little cunt. Stab your friend in the posterior. Can stop it. Get all that stock running attack. 50% of the time, it works every time. Yeah, if I was running a Crapple Mage build. Why is this showing up as being offline? That's weird. Actually, let me refresh just to be safe. Of course, now I'm going to have to pause my own stream, which means I can't get back in game. No, it looks like I'm fine. That was weird. This is showing up as being offline for me. Solaire, don't just stand there and take it, buddy. See, I think I need to actually switch it. Well, I could probably use a, I could probably use the R2. Like, I can't hit him here because of the... No, it's because I'm, two-handing. That's what it is. Let me use something else. Like, I'm having a lot of trouble just hitting his damn legs. Don't you hurt him. Don't you hurt him. Oh, he hurt him. Look at that. That's horseshit. Can't do that. Swing ahead of yourself and hit someone that's right behind you. I'm surprised he's not using his butt slam more. Ah, that's bullshit. Fuck you, you talentless hack. Fucking auto-tracking horseshit. That's like a boss's version of a rolling backstab. Oh, good job. You sure pulled that one off, didn't you? What amazing skill on display we're seeing here today. No, no, enough of that shit. Auto-tracking nonsense. That was weird. I could feel that. I had my guard up and I started taking hits even before his animation started up. Tells you how weird the hitboxes are. Oh, there he goes. I wonder when he would start spamming that shit. Look at him. He's such a coward. What a fucking coward. Come on, Lion Man. Amazing. Come on, Lionhead Chan. Oh, look at him. Just shooting straight over the columns. What a good boss fight this is. So seamless. Flawless, even. Yeah, you just keep doing that for a while. While I read chat and have a drink. No, don't you go... Damn it. I couldn't even get a drink because he flew around the column. It's very inconsiderate of you, Hornstein. Come here. Come here. No, stop. Did you see? He has iframes on that step back. Like he has a real back step that I've wanted for years. One that actually behaves like a roll. Like whenever you're fighting an enemy like this, it's always better to roll backwards than it is to actually backstep because it has more iframes and covers more distance. What the fuck was that? Little cheating bastard. Ah. Oh, yeah, fantastic. That's good. Yeah, you really earned that one, didn't you? Garbage-ass move. I think that's the only thing he's actually even hit me with so far. Yeah, you just keep doing that. The highly skilled Ornstein of Anor Londo. What a legend. Give me your Leo ring. Give me. Daddy wants. Daddy want indeed. Daddy want, daddy get. With my 16 strength and 14 dexterity. You ever wonder what it would be like to be caught under this elevator? Amazing. That would be painful. Did I keep him alive? I think I just kicked Lautrec off. Yeah, because I didn't actually have to do anything with him. Yeah, he's dead. So I will not be getting his armor this time around, I guess. Doesn't really matter, though. Doesn't really matter. Let's go with endurance. I forget what I was going up to with this. It was something like upwards of like 75 vitality is what I was aiming for. I can't remember. And I think I'll cap out at 40 endurance for a while. That'd be a good stopping point for that for a little bit. How's it feel? Welcome, Yurik. Yurik Salad Bar. You came at just the right time, buddy. You subscribed at just the right time. Believe me. Oh, yes.
Come hither, child.
You came at just the right time. I actually do like her little headpiece up there. Hold on. Step back a second. I do like her little headpiece. Little rays of the sun. Always like that. They did a really good job with the translucency on her her veil, actually. I really like her design. For multiple reasons. She's got like mummy panties. Look at that. Lady's got mummy panties. Little Silver Knight statues all over the place. They must have really thought highly of the Silver Knights, because they are all over the place. Actually, it kind of looks like the position she's in. It looks sort of like it would hurt. Like she's all bent over like that. Doesn't look comfortable. You know, for her. For her. Looks comfortable for me, but, you know, I'm me. That one little divot, guys might not even be able to see it. That one little divot on her right boob is always strange to me. Just not, you know, she is wearing a necklace, isn't she? Wonder how many of those things there are. It doesn't matter. It's probably not like the thing in the secret passage where there's 31 of them or anything like that.
Oh, chosen undead.
Oh, chosen undead.
Daughter of Lord Gwyn and Queen of Sunlight. Since the day that I have awaited thee. I bequeath the
Could be breast
vessel
cancer.
to thee.
Well, they are obsessed with the light. Maybe that's what happened to the gods. They all got cancer.
And beseech thee. Succeed Lord Gwyn and inheriteth the fire of
Was inheriteth really necessary?
Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight and avert further undead sacrifices.
Amazing. Well, that would be nice, I guess. I do like the shade of her hair, too. Like, she doesn't have really brown hair exactly. She almost has orange hair. You just can't see it too well because of the lighting. It's kind of reddish. Kind of a very, very light brown, reddish auburn color. Amazing. You're a cool lady. Thing. You're a cool illusion of a lady. And really, that's good enough. I draw illusions of ladies, too. No one complains about those. Alright. Now that we finally have this thing, let's see. It seems like Solaire will be going to the Sunlight Altar, if I remember correctly. Rah, rah. Yep, here he is. Hey, buddy.
Oh, hello there. Forgive me. I was just pondering about my poor fortune.
Tell me about it.
I did not find my own son, not in Anor Londo, nor in Twilight Blighttown. Where else might
Up
my
here.
son be? Los
Up here.
Angeles,
Damn it.
or the tomb of the Grave Lord? But I cannot give up. I became undead to pursue this. But when I peer at the sun up above, it occurs to me, what if I am seen as a laughingstock? As a blind fool without reason?
Damn sun won't appear.
Well, I suppose they wouldn't be far off.
Damn it. Oh, well. It is interesting. There it goes. There it goes. It turned on eventually. They keep forgetting to turn it back on. It is interesting that he says that he went down into Blighttown already. We never actually see him in Blighttown, but it does say that he went down there. Well, vanished again on us. But he said that he went down to Blighttown, but he's never actually been to Lost Izalith. So I guess he got there and stopped and turned around and went back. Of course, we never learned what his quote-unquote son is that he's looking
Hello
for.
there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
I still like... of course, I like my own interpretation. But I still like my own interpretation of what he's looking for. That he somehow equates... There it goes, fully activated again. Damn sun keeps going in and out. But But I do like the idea that he's looking for something that equates to, like, nobility in his eyes, good moral values, ethical values. Like he's looking for himself in a way, and he can't find it. Or he can't come to respect himself. That's why he keeps drawing icons for himself that don't actually exist. I think he's a really interesting character the more you think about him. It's a shame that he got turned into just, you know, meme lord, the memeinator. Yep, it's definitely unfortunate. Because I actually really liked Solaire. And he became famous because of that. Like, he became famous because he is a good character. Okay. Actually, what I was going to do today is I wanted to try doing some kitty invasions. Even though I'm not really leveled for it. So we'll do some of that. And we'll parry some hollows. Have I killed that thing up there? I can't remember if I did or not. Praise Demine. And of course, they're probably going to have that up and down in the... Yeah, he's already dead. They're probably going to have that up and down in 3-2. Praise the sun, we get it. No, you don't get it. You're far enough behind that you don't get that we already got it and it has been gotten. And that we're done getting it. There we go. What should I put on? Wolf Ring, I guess. Yeah, Nightbot is cheeky. You just have to tolerate him. Oh, goodness. Soul level 64 with a real soul level of 370. Yeah, let's get rid of him. No sense bothering with that. It's already going to be hard enough as it is with me running at soul level 80? I think I'm like at soul level 80 or something. So, oh, wow, 67. So, yeah, let's not fight people that are actually soul level 400. That's not really accomplishing much of anything. I see you. Notice that if you're too far away from these guys, you can't actually parry them. Like, you can actually get a, What? Oh, thanks, I guess. You can actually, what was I saying? I can't even remember what I was saying. Oh, well. Going hollow again. Oh, you can, get a partial on them, but you can't actually fully parry them, as far as I know, from that distance. Whoops. Oh, he's gonna get me! He's gonna get me! Oh, he didn't know about backstab fishing. That poor Hollow. To me, playing Dark Souls is actually really relaxing. I'm glad that I actually do enjoy Dark Souls, because I can usually play it without really any major complaints. Hello, bird outside that's chirping very loudly. Chirp, 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 chirp. Hey, here's some real people that'll kick my ass. Or can they? When I'm invisible? Actually, we're going to be having a normal fight anyway, so there's no point to me doing this. Or are they just going to be gankers or something? Wonder what they're doing. I don't have the... They actually should not have the Black Knight stuff yet either. So they're little cheaters. Unless... I guess they could have technically opened up the kiln already and whatnot. Oh, I'd never change my emotes on this one. Hello. Hello, wingy head man. Okay, we actually... Okay. Looks like we... Yeah, okay, we are fighting. Always be polite whenever someone skewers you. It's important to be polite. And you always have to kind of... Like usually what people do with the... Ooh, 4 damage, nice. What people usually do with this is they will attempt to gauge one another's connections by kind of just walking around and gauging how far they will hit from one another. Oh, nice. That's a good bait. Let me get a drink, actually. Ugh. It's kind of weird how water can get kind of stale in a way. Oh, see what I'm talking about as far as connection distance goes? That's usually why people kind of dance around a little bit before actually engaging to see how bad one of their connections are. Yeah. Water's been sitting there too long. Was it Silver Knight armor? I couldn't really tell because of the White Phantom stuff. Let's put our kitty ring back on. I'll be glad to, like, I know, Bloodborne finally did this. But you know how in the Souls games, if you want to do, like, a cat invasion, forced invasion, then you have to wear the ring, which wastes a ring slot. So people, whenever they get invasion, will just switch off of it, which makes it completely useless. And in Dark Souls 2, they said, I know how we will fix this. We will give them 2 more ring slots. That way they can put it on and leave it on. And of course, people said, no, you just gave us extra ring slots. That makes us more overpowered. Why would we give that up? And just immediately went back to switching them out. Like so. And in Bloodborne, finally, they wised up and took the advice that I'm sure that no one ever bothered reading. It's a weird name. And decided, you know what, maybe we should actually just give it its own dedicated Covenant slot, since we're idiots. And so they did. And it worked marginally well, even though the game was a mess and no one did its PvP anyways. Hooray! Yeah, I needed to change my emotes or gestures. Hello, Timmy. Hello, Timmy with weeby emote thing in name. Oh, Green Blossom. Can you defeat this level 67 invader? With a connection like this. There we go. See, I'm kind of underpowered for this. Really, you should not be doing you shouldn't be doing these sorts of fights with a chaos build. Because you don't really have the damage for it, to be honest. Ooh, wow, that was weird. Only play Xbox. Nice. It's always weird to me whenever they hit away from you, but then they actually do, like, gesture in your direction at the end. Like they killed you in one spot, but they actually see you roll away and die in a completely different area. Yep, dumb weeb games. Oh, the gesture things, that's what I was gonna do. I will probably not be able to actually win any fights. Because most of the people that we're going to be fighting are going to be 125 and I'm only 67. Plus, I'm not actually using a sort of real weapon. Like, people usually don't use none. Like, this is a chaos weapon, which scales off my soft humanity. Which is fine for PvE. Not really a good idea for PvP. But, yeah, I guess it technically can be done. But at soul level 67, probably not so much. Okay. Oh yeah, there's... I keep forgetting it's not in this game. Do that. Let's get a proper bow in here too, why not? And we gotta get that in there. Utility things, hurrah, point up. Do joy first. And yeah, then hurrah, goes. And this will be Wellwood, is it? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I could do more BS fishing and whatnot, but why would I? That's no fun. Oh, the world of Maloo. What if it's any Maloo? The weird pink thing, pig girl thing from YouTube animations that probably only Zone would know what I'm referencing. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Is he fighting phantoms? Or is he just running around? Okay, it looks like he's just running around. Hello. You kill those trees. Yeah, he is fighting a Invisi-Phantom. Where is that thing? Huh, where'd it go? That's weird. It's really hard to tell what exactly is going on. Is he trying to attack me? Or is he just being a weirdo? Oh, there he is. Doesn't seem to be... Yeah, he's fighting nothing. That's weird. It's like he's used a cheat engine or something to make all the enemies in the area invisible for some reason. Or he's just fighting ghosts. Maybe he killed all the enemies in the area. Or maybe he killed too many human players and now he's fighting their spirits that are wandering in search of balanced PvP, but they will never find it because it's Dark Souls 1. That's probably what happened. He'll get him one day, though. He'll get him one day. In the meantime, condensation. I will likely play Dark Souls 3 in any number of ways. Oh, did someone die finally? Dark Spirits. Okay, so apparently he was a human player. It was a human player, but he was completely invisible, so maybe he was cheating. Alright. Oh no, he's gonna take me down. He's gonna kick my level 67 ass. Oh, here comes someone new. Wow, I'm doing nothing to him. Like, he can probably just face fuck me and it wouldn't matter. He's just parry fishing through it. Yeah, he's way over leveled. He must be obscenely high leveled right now. Even whenever I just straight up hit him, I only did like 60 or 70 damage. Such is the nature of doing kitty invasions. And PC will have 60 frames per second. So we don't need to worry about that anymore. Although I wouldn't really say people were worried about it necessarily. Although I do know that some people said, okay, now I'm getting PC. Because it became clear, well, this is going to be the version, so why would I bother playing for PS4 as long as I have a computer that can do it? Yeah. Yeah. Give me your pants. I don't really want to go that way because I don't remember if I've actually killed Hellkite yet. And that would be annoying. That would be very annoying, in fact. Yeah, Havels also has really good fire resistance. That's another reason why you don't actually want to use Chaos weapons. Because a lot of armor in the game actually does have really good fire resistance. Like especially like here's Havels, and you see how much innate defense it has. I don't know why people. I get why, but especially as old as this game is, I don't know why people are running around in full Havels at this point. I could counter him by just running behind him and backstab fishing and so forth, but again, that's really boring and kind of stupid. So I don't want to do that. But then again, I'm also playing at level 67, so which I should be doing either. So obviously I'm not the kind of person that really cares one way or the other. The reason why I'm doing this, though, is because I wanted the Ring of Fog. I could just find a helpful phantom to help me out with that, but I figured now I'll give it the old College World try, and we'll see what happens. Let's do the girly bell to this weirdo. Look how pretty I am when I do that. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I'm not casting it. You just need to make sure that we have a good time. Oh, he's using the... He's playing serious, though. He wants this kill. Ah, the magic of Dark Souls 1. He's really aching for that pivot backstab, though. Of course, I'm doing so little damage that he can kind of just space fuck me and it's not gonna matter. Yeah. Shouldn't be doing this at low level like this. Or with chaos stuff. Funny thing is, like, that one time on stream where I was trying the PvP in this area at like soul level 20 or whatever silly thing it was. I think I was actually doing more damage with the barely leveled up stuff that I was using at the time, which is kind of funny. So I'm being kind of self-defeating and even trying to do this, but I kind of derive some sick enjoyment out of it all the same. But I can kill these hollows. Oh, don't turn around. You ruined it. I'm glad kicking's back. Kicking's fun. And I'm using my PS3 controller now, for those of you that are just joining us. Which means that it is not going to be disconnecting every single time that I try to do a jumping attack. Or a kick. Which every Xbox controller ever seems to do all the time. And actually, speaking of which, my wireless adapter for Windows 10 is supposed to be showing up today, in fact, via UPS. Via UPS. Yes, and without my Patreon, I would still be a poor bastard. A very poor bastard. Boop. It is funny seeing phantoms chasing each other off in the distance. Mysterious. Should I be an asshole and just interrupt their fight? Like, I do kind of miss the old PvE experience of we're trying to stop this person from reaching Sif that no one ever does anymore. Like, no one ever actually does that. Let's witness a real fight between people that actually have weapons that work. Oh, 4 damage. Never mind. And a canceled back... Oh, no, it just didn't show the damage value. Oh, well. Good job, Captain Skelebon. I appreciate the near-skeletal nature of your thing that you did. Hello. And you're completely... Oh, look at that. Havels with a, Gwendolyn's chess piece? That's strange. Oh, Captain Skelebon is back. No, don't... Dark Souls 1. That's all this game is sometimes. Good old face fuckery. What an ugly character. Got the horse hooves and the horse hands, but also... Captain Skelebon, avenge me. Apparently Captain wasn't too impressed with their performance before and decided just to fuck them. Which, given the behavior of that particular individual, I can't say that I blame him too much. I hope that 3 doesn't have that problem. I really hope... because FromSoft has this tendency to not get it. Like, they don't actually pay attention to their own community. They don't know any of the problems that are associated with their games, famously. Like, they didn't know that people hated Soul Memory for the longest time. They left the Monastery Scimitar glitch in for a long time because they just didn't know that it existed, because they just don't pay attention to their community. So it wouldn't surprise me at all for them to, like, get the notice of, hey, people hate backstabs, but they don't really know why. So it wouldn't really surprise me overly much if it turns out, oh, there's some huge major flaw in the general combat of this game that also ruins it. Wouldn't surprise me too much, because they enjoy doing that throughout all the games. Dark 1, it's backstab fishing. Dark 2, I guess it's sort of the slidey nature of it, although Dark 2 is probably the best out of all the games as far as PvP goes. Bloodborne is the Bell Maiden system that kind of fucked that over. Oh, this guy again. This is the facefucker guy. I wish I could actually see what everyone's soul level was. Like, it'll show you if the person's level doesn't match up. But otherwise, yeah, you're kind of just left to your own devices. I think the only way that I'm actually going to rank up in this Covenant is if other people do the killing. Or if I be an asshole. Amazing. Which I briefly consider the idea of being an asshole. Because that's also fun. But I won't be. Get him, fellow kitty man. Oh, going for that desperation roll backstab. There we go. Yay! Thanks for the green Titanite shard that I didn't deserve. Look how much... that's not too many souls. I was about to say, look at how many souls I got, but that's actually not that many. All the same, I am the greatest. Yeah, they did kind of quote-unquote fix Dark Souls 3 backstabs. Because now there's a slight delay and the window is actually much tighter. But when you combine that with someone's internet connection... If you combine that with someone's internet connection, guess what? That may not mean anything at all. Wait, did I change that back? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I'm 6 levels off capping out on endurance for this build. No, no. Oh, no, no. No. Come on. Come on, do stuff. Yeah, see, you can't really pair them off to the side. You can sort of parry them off to their weapon hand, though. Yep, this way. Yeah, see, it's kind of weird. Ooh, precious spear. Yeah, the PvP in any of these games is not really balanced. It's just kind of... You get what you get from it. Like, you really have to just kind of accept what it is to get any real merit from it. Which is kind of unfortunate because the general way people move, for the most part... Like, hold on, I'll point this out. This is something I've bitched about before. Not that I really bitched about, but you know. But you see how, like, fast I can move and how my movement doesn't matter? I can just spin in circles. Like, I never actually have to adjust the weight of my movement like a real person would, and this is not an argument for realism or anything. But whenever you allow players to do this, and you have a system in which people are supposed to fight face-to-face like this, and like gauge distance and backstep and things like that, which this game all has, it doesn't really work because people can just lock off, run behind you, and backstab. And that's mainly because of the movement. It doesn't matter how tight you make the movement of the player or how tight the window for backstabs is. It is not really going to matter too much. Dark Souls 2 does unfortunately have the best PvP, which is really unfortunate because it's probably the most meme-heavy and idiotic with the stupidest weapons and the worst feel for general movement. I probably tolerate 2 way more than Nick does. And Dragon, of course, has to tolerate it because business. But it's not great. It's not super great. Oh, I love Undeadburg. I love actually being able to, like, my kick actually does something. Like, I can actually break guards with it and stuff. Can't do that later in the game. And you can actually parry stuff. And it actually matters. Unlike the rest of the game. Good old pivots. Oh, I just wish that they would get rid of backstabs entirely. There is no reason for them to even be in the game. I know people keep trying to fix them because, hey, Dark Souls has backstabs. How do we fix them? You just stop making them. That's how you fix them. No, we can't do that. Why not? Well, we need to fix them. You don't just get rid of things. Yeah, you do. You do just get rid of things when they're stupid. When they're stupid, just get rid of them. Because there's no reason for them to exist. Just get rid of them. Backstabs don't really exist for any purpose. Well, they counter chuggers. Nah, they don't. They don't really. Especially if you have a game like 2 in which if you hit someone while they are chugging, then it just stops them from drinking. Or it stops their healing. There's just... there's no real reason for it. It's just a matter of it's always been there, so people keep trying to fix it when they should just get rid of it. But whatever. Not getting any more people to unfairly kill me at high soul level. Yeah. Whoops, too soon. That's weird. Well, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of my thing with it. If you're already behind the enemy, like, I'm not gonna make this into a realism debate, but already the idea of ever, like, even being off-center to the person that you're fighting in real life is absolutely ridiculous. And the idea of you actually being behind them is completely laughable. That could never happen. Not unless the person you were fighting was drunk and, like, missing a leg or something. It's just impossible. But in this game, of course, because of the movement, like I discussed, like this, because of that, then it's something that you constantly have to worry about. But if you're already behind someone, then just, you know, just do like the Culling game that's in beta, I think, right now. Yeah, I think it's in beta, not alpha. It's in a pre-release state on Steam. You could do it that way, where if you just hit someone in the back, then they just take a little bit more damage. Or you could do it the way I prefer and do nothing. Because you're getting a free hit on them. They're supposed to be defending themselves. Either by rolling away, backstepping, or by shielding themselves. And if you're behind them, they can't, and you actually hit them, then they can't do any of those things, because apparently you hit them, right? So they took damage. So there you go. There's your reward. There was never any need for a critical attack. It's just a little cute thing that's always been in the games for no reason. But again, whatever. Whatever. In Dark Souls 3, shields are becoming even more pointless because apparently there's a lot of weapons that sort of have innate ability to ignore shields, and there's going to be a lot of weapon arts that ignore shields, and there's going to be, I think, some items that also ignore shields and so forth. I don't know, it's like FromSoft thinks, wow, shields are a problem. But you don't really see anyone using shields like that. I think, in a PvP today, even amongst the people that have been tryharding, we haven't really seen anyone using shields in that way. You know, no one really turtles. That's not really a thing in PvP. I mean, I guess... it would make sense for PvE. You don't want people just going through the game just doing this the entire time. Because that's what people tend to do. But, why would you try to do that using weapon arts and things that are exclusively player-based? And the enemies can't use weapon arts, as far as I know. I guess there might be some enemies that later use weapon arts. So why try to handle it that way? Hello, another person that will kick my ass. Do you look like an idiot? Yes, but not in sort of a cheap way, I guess. Let's see. Night leggings, whatever it's called. Not dusk, whatever it's called. The dingy set, top, witch's hat. Oh, that should have landed. Kinda just want to practice pairing. Yeah, his landed, though. I don't get that. Whatever. I shouldn't be screwing off so much. I think apparently the culling also has some balance issues, but it's a beta game anyway, so I wouldn't really take that too seriously. La da 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 da. Nah, mine should have landed. That's just a network thing. It had nothing to do with the timing. That was weird. It's cute whenever the hollows die, they kind of flail around a little bit if they're on fire. They don't, of course they don't do it whenever you repose them. Yeah. They have pretty amazing abs, though. Have you looked at them? Oh yeah, I don't have my thing. No, fuck you invading another world. We're gonna look at this hollow's abs. Get off! You're ruining it. Damn it. I want to look at his abs. Not his wiener. Come on. Son of a bitch. Can never enjoy myself. Drop out. I know you love doing your little shtick. Big bucking bro. That's a good one. I know you love doing your shtick, but sometimes things don't always revolve around how good you are. Oh, look, this is an actual, like, turtle. I'll just let him kill me. It doesn't matter anyways. He looks like an asshole anyways, and he's wearing full giants and whatnot. Oh no, he got me. Oh no, he backstabbed me. Yeah, this guy has no interest in actually enjoying himself. Let's just parry around. Let's see if he walks into it. Oh no, he didn't walk into it. Oh no, I was outplayed. Anyways, let's get 5 or so. I don't blame you too much for skipping the Bloodborne LP. It's fine. It get better later on. Even his wiener has abs. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Alright, we're gonna get these abs. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, I'm doing this because I've done everything else. Like, I have a build for everything now. I have a pure Vit build. Oddly, I have a pure strength. I have a pure dex. I have a quality build. I have an int/dex build. I have a faith build. I have a build specifically for the Artorias sword, which I hate. But I have it. So this is kind of just what's left. Yeah. There he goes. That's what I wanted. I wanted to flail around. Fantastic. I have actually, believe it or not, attempted to run a pure resistance build. Which was the beginning of my pure Vit build, actually. Oh, this is the same guy. I'm not going to bother with him. That was the beginning of my pure Vit build. Because I was trying to come across the idea of, well, what do you do with a resistance stat? I guess you can just exclusively go like a tank, like just tank everything, I guess. So I thought, well, if I did like 99, like I did it as a joke, obviously. I was just wanted to see if I could do something with it. But even the scaling at 99 is so terrible, there's just no point to doing it. But I came across the idea of, well, what if I just went chaos? And then after doing that, I focus exclusively on Vit endurance. Because that's the only way you're going to give up points to make it even a thing. For some reason, FromSoft thinks people actually use dump stats. I don't know why. Like luck and resistance is the other example, I guess. And they're doing it again in 3, even though luck now controls the ability to bleed and poison people now. I still don't think people are really going to use it that much, from what we know so far anyways. They keep doing that. They keep making these non-optimal stats that no one's actually going to use, aside from a couple novelty builds. Damn it, I hate that shit. Hate it when they do that stupid rear back attack where they fake the amount of frames that they're going to put in. Asshole. Alright. Do I? Nah, I don't have the damn thing on. Because I forgot that I crystalled out of that. Boop. Ho ho ho. Was he not going to pop out? Is he trying to trick me? He's like pretending over in the corner. No, I didn't see him. I didn't see nothing. Ah. Oops. Favorite enemy design in 1. I don't know. I think I have favorite characters. I never really thought too much about enemy design. Like, we have hollows, we have dogs, we have, like, the Asylum Demon. Actually, it might be the Asylum Demon. You know, that type. Not because of how unique it is or anything. Whoops. Not because of anything like that. It's just a big grotesque guy. And I know it's based off of Vanguard or whatever the hell its name is. But I do like him. Big dumb idiot. Someone's getting their ass kicked over here. It should be me. Could it be? Is the host dead? Yay! Thanks. Thanks, dick face. Oh, I was indicted. Thank you. Actually, that doesn't really... it kind of helps me, I guess. I was indicted for showing up. You should never have seen that. How dare you? I forget how many of those... Actually, how many victories do I need? It should be down there, actually. Forest Hunter Covenant. Forest Hunter. Let's see, rewards. Oh, wow, is it really 3? Oh, wait, is that it? Wow, you only need to kill 1 invader for the Divine Blessing, and you only need to kill 3 for the Ring of Fog? Damn. So I probably actually already have that. I should go get that right now. 1, 2, 3. And to get the level 3 of the Covenant, you actually need to kill 80 invaders. Which I will not be doing. Nor could I do that. What was I doing? This direction, yeah. What are you guys barking about out there? Is it nothing, as usual? Yeah, it's nothing. Are you guys just talking about the Best Friends Zaibatsu LPs? It's fine. You guys talk about whatever the fuck you want to. I'm just gonna enjoy myself. I'm part of enjoying myself is going to be making myself miserable at the same time, which is just fine. Just fine by me. If more of you guys actually did play this game, I don't know how many of you guys actually even own Dark Souls, much less this version of the game. Then I could probably do something like set up a fight club right here. But then again, the character that I'm doing this with is not at a very good soul level to organize anything. Oh no, I rolled backstabbing. I'm a monster. I think actually, instead of trying to think of what my favorite design and favorite area and so forth are, it would probably just be easier to just go through each area and talk about them as I go through them, which I did.
Amazing.
In an LP that everyone loved, except for the people that go on 4chan and complain about it being terrible, but then admit that they never actually saw it, which is weird. But then again, it's 4chans, and they just complain about everything. Did you know that I'm Hitler? It's true. It's kind of weird that you can't backstab these guys. Then again, I guess they don't really even have backs, do they? They just kind of have a... They just kind of have like a Christmas tree of shit. This big old shit tree. I mean, just look at them. Although for just being a weird plant monster, they have a surprisingly nice ass. I think. It's hard to tell. I don't know why I'm even putting on this wolf ring. It's not helping me any. Then again, I guess it's better than a ring that's not doing anything. Nah, I never liked Diablo. Placeholder. Hello, people that are probably cheating. I guess I should fight the nun host. Let's see. Mask of the Father. They're running around. Yeah, they're... I guess they want to backstab me. Anytime I see someone walking like this to one side, I think, well, they're gonna backstab. Nice. Nice range on that. So much range, they actually had to run over to bow to me. Oh, I love the connection issues in these games. Ow! What was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was going down there. May as well. Something to do. Yeah, if you can't tell, not a fan of the PvP in these games. Not really a fan of the behavior of people in these games either. I think people take it too seriously. Especially Dragon. Dragon takes it way too seriously. I'm not trying. Yeah, you're trying really, really hard. You're trying so hard. Who was that guy? We were watching some guy one night. It was like, oh, he tries so hard. He can't take a loss without complaining. It's like, yeah, you never do that, do you, buddy? It's never you. Yeah, I didn't really care too much for, Wait, what was I saying? Oh, it's Timmy again. Oh, yeah, I did not care too much for that stupid, Defenders of Oasis playthrough, that's for sure. Fuck that shit. That was terrible. I'll wave as they kick each other's asses. Oh, yeah, this is the guy with the... This is the guy that I couldn't damage at all. So we're going to be rooting for the blue guy, because there's no way that I'm going to actually be able to damage this dude. Mean tweets about Dragon's Dogma. Actually, usually I think that their reviews are kind of stupid, but the previously recorded reviews about Dragon's Dogma were pretty spot on. Because it's a weird game, because it's kind of enjoyable in a way. Like, you keep playing it. You do keep playing it. But it's actually a terrible, awful game if you look at their individual elements. I think our Blue Phantom has no health. Whoa! Neat. Bizarre, I didn't notice that. Bizarre old man, that's a good one. Alright, let's get the shit kicked out of us by this dude. Do you really have to repair it twice? Must have gone through quite a few casts of that. Alright, there we go. Do you really have to buff too? Like, is all this really necessary, Dark Souls players? Like, do we really have to try this hard? Repairing our items before every fight? I understand the healing and everything. And using green blossoms and whatnot. Is it really necessary to any degree? Probably not. But let's do it anyway. Wait, Anonymum? Yeah, we'll wish him luck too. Whoops! I thought about roll backstabbing, but I was, well, it doesn't matter. I can't do anything to him anyways. Do la 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 da 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 do do do. Just completely missed. Dark Souls PvP is so weird, especially 1. A lot of it is just playing locked off and just rolling around. 94 damage. And just trying to guess when someone's going to do something. Like, like, a lot of these things I see, but I don't bother trying to go against. Like, sometimes he'll do something like miss in midair intentionally, because he's actually trying to bait me in so that he can parry me. Which has actually happened a couple of times with a couple of people. I know, I just don't care. He's trying to kick me now. Should have let him do that, actually. That might be fun. There we go. See, he's just doing that again. It's weird sometimes how the riposte actually triggers across 2 different stages of attack. Like, that was a case of I knew he was doing it, but who cares? Like, the idea with it is, well, maybe he'll miss. Either way is fine. Actually, I should just level up while I'm thinking about it. Since I'm magically getting souls for no real reason. It's gonna take a while to get up to... I wonder what that noise was outside. It's just a bunch of birds. There's huge blackbird migrations going on right now. Yeah, Peeve's got a few problems in regards to the games. He kind of takes things too seriously sometimes. But that's his business. People do get really, like, full of venom in regards to this game, though. Like, if you do well against them, you did something stupid. If you beat them, then you're a piece of shit, or you were doing something they didn't like. Or, it's kind of natural. It's a weird thing in regards to these games. Kind of brings out bad mojo with people. I just don't like it when people are trying too hard. Like, there's so many things in this game that you can't explore. Like, if you're just going for it, then yeah, you can... I don't know. I guess you can have a quote-unquote enjoyable experience PvPing in this game if you're both trying as hard as you possibly can. I don't know why you would, though. Seems like it would just make the game miserable. But to each their own, I guess. Whatever. That is weird because it didn't have the fog wall up, so I wasn't being invaded. Maybe it's because I'm, the kitty ring is in effect. Yeah, I like actually using stupid weapons. Those are fun. I would be doing that now if I actually had... Well, that would probably be even worse than what I'm doing right now. Okay, Divine Blessing. Have I done enough for the other one? No, apparently not. She's not having it. Okay, so I do have to do this one more time, apparently. Which kind of sucks. What if there's something stupid I could try? Let's use a longsword. In case I can't find anything else, actually. Like, I can appreciate someone not doing something like using fists only or something, because that is kind of overly dumb. It, you know, it breaks immersion whenever you're saying, well, someone that's naked with fists only can beat the shit out of someone wearing full armor. So that's fine, but at the same time, it's nice to do things that are not optimal all the time, I guess. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'll just keep the longsword. I like longswords. Yeah. I actually like the broadsword better because its R2 has that little chaser. But it's not overly useful in PvP either way, I guess. In Dark Souls 1, anyways. Dark Souls 2, since the game is kind of sluggish, then yeah, it's probably a little bit better. Blink. Actually, Dark Souls 2 did have a mic interface. I have never tried to use it, and people just forgot that it exists. And can't even really remember how exactly it works. Hello, a guy that's gonna rush at me and try to backstab me or something. Yeah, he's just being like that. Oh, he really did it, didn't he? Good job, guys. You guys see what I'm talking about, right? What are you pointing up to? The sky? I think he meant to point down. It's embarrassing. You can always tell the dudes that are like that. No. Okay, yeah. Do this. What am I up to? 68? Yeah. Only one more. Peeve is kind of weird because sometimes he will kind of goof around, but other times Peeve will do like he'll see two people having like a normal like duel because, you know, that's why people PvP still in these games. And he'll just, in the middle of talking, just run up and like backstab one of them and just start fucking around with both of them for no real reason. So he can do both of those at the same time. It kind of just depends on what his mood is that day. For God's sakes. Go through the bother of rolling and it just doesn't work. Yeah. I noticed the other day whenever you are invisible and you have a Slumbering Dragon Crest ring, that first little plant dude actually does still run right up to you. So apparently he's scripted to do that. Which I thought was not really interesting, just kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah. I'm always killing these plants, aren't I? Always killing these plants. You guys can call yourselves whatever you want to. I don't care. You're not getting a pet name from me. I love how this bonfire is active, but I can never actually use it for some reason. Let's maybe resolve that? No. Okay, I guess it's just never gonna work again. Good to know. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I am being evaded. Some guy with a crazy name. Oh no, that was the last dude. Cozy 1098. Okay. Maybe one of our stream people, who knows. But it's probably not. It's probably just some dickhead. Or more likely, it's probably one of the stream people that is trying to be a dickhead. Hello. Oh, right, the indicted thing. Is he going to be an asshole too and just walk up and attack me? Yeah, it's just going to be an asshole. Do. Let's run around some. Let's have some fun. He thought better of that. That's kind of funny. Follow me. Follow your nose. Lizard. Be wary of lizard. Oh, he's trying to. Is he gonna get me? Another thing is pairing really needs to be fixed. Like, I get it. It's especially not particularly great in a PvP, so I'm not really going to complain too much about it. But it's a shame that some people can do nothing but just parry fish. And then once they get, like, they land that one parry, they can miss every single attack and have all their health lost. And, oh, really? And they can have all their health lost, and then just do nothing but land one parry and the match is over. Or in this case, one backstab and the match is over. I forget if invaders can actually do that. And the way that gets rid of our problem of... I should have just kept running. I should have just fucked around some more. Instead of actually attempting to bother with him. Yep, clearly outplayed. Isn't this game's PvP a lot of fun? And if you lose doing it, that just means that you're stupid or you're unskilled. As is Dragon's opinion about everything. And if you do anything that Dragon wouldn't do, then that means that you're garbage. I like how we jousted past each other right then. And PvP in this game's so good. It is a lot of fun whenever you're actually playing the game the way that... I wouldn't say that FromSoft intended, but, you know, kind of the way that they thought people would actually play. Whee! That they actually thought people would play. But no one really does that. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, who cares? I did cancel it. Okay. I was just fucking off. I was fucking off, and it actually did cancel the invasion. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. I didn't care about the souls, but I forgot about the soft humanity. This is the downside to being someone that enjoys messing around too much. Because then I actually have to go farm humanity and shit. It doesn't matter. Oh, that is fast. Hello, Sloppy Beanie Butt Chan, whatever your name is. Let's see how little damage this thing does with 0 soft humanity, since this scales exclusively on soft humanity. Probably doesn't do much. Oh goodness, look at this guy. He's definitely having fun, isn't he? Now let's see if he walks up and tries to... Oh no, he actually tries to attack us. Oh, he's got me stun locked. I can't do anything. Oh, outplayed again. Oh, he's so good too. If only I took myself more seriously. Let's see. I'm actually considering stopping and actually going to a real character. Nah, why bother? For anyone that doesn't know, you can actually, like in this game, if you run and try to use the dodge button, it makes you jump. But you can guard and roll out of a guard, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but you can do it. I always wondered if that was intentional or not. Because in 2, you can just, like in 2, it actually does have the same problem. Except you can press in on the stick and that will make you jump whenever you're running. But it's still an option to go back to using the B button. But the thing about using the B button setup is that it has the same problem that it did in Dark Souls 1. Let's see. Yeah, it's still on. Okay. What you got, Nick? I can't remember. 68, 75. Yeah, SL 68 right now. Of course, all the people that I'm fighting are, as I've mentioned before, whenever you use the Cat Covenant, the Kitty Covenant, then you get matched up against anyone that's in the area, as long as they are not below your SL, I think. You can invade people that are... I think you can invade people that are actually lower than you. Let's see if this dude does the same exact thing. He looks like the kind of guy that would, wouldn't he? Full Giants, Havel's Helm, Demon Great Axe. No, okay, he's not wearing him. He's actually wearing the Black Iron Helm. He's got the Havel's Boots, Giant Armor, Black Knight. Wonder what his gauntlets are. Looks like that might be Black Iron gauntlets too. Okay. Okay, we're going to enjoy ourselves, friend. Let's cast some light on the situation. Alright. Let's fight like idiots. Wonder how much... Actually, I probably should damage him at least once. Well, this is not really... He's guarding, so I can't really tell. There we go, 45. It actually does... Actually, that's not too far off from what it normally is anyways. 45 base damage, and I guess the upgraded damage would be more like about 100 or so. So that's not too bad, I guess. Thanks, random tester man. I'm talking to Nick. I'm calling my own voice chat a poop chamber. What the fuck? What's Wooly doing in here? Hello, Wooly. What are you doing here? He's probably not even here. Let's get Nick in here and talk while Wooly just lingers in the background, unbeknownst to anyone. I'm actually probably ruining a recording he's doing right now, which greatly amuses me. Hello, Nick. Hope you don't mind Wooly being here for no reason. Actually, I probably should.
Oh, are we ruining things? Is that what's happening?
I probably should be using my headphones, actually. Nah, he's fine. It is unusual seeing him in there, though. Wonder what he's up to.
Hang on, let me mute the stream, so...
Yeah, I'm turning my main volume down. I just realized that I've been doing it the whole time.
There we go.
There we go.
I can hear you now.
So everyone, welcome Nick from Bitter Bits, and welcome... Wooly, who will not be saying anything, I imagine. It's both fine, though. Isn't this game's PvP good?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you're not doing much when you go in there. You just kind of let them shit on your face a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not even really trying to attack them most of the time.
There shouldn't be an echo. I don't have my headphones on, but I don't think there'd be an echo. You're not very loud in my speakers, so.
Unless you're playing back. Well, no, even then they wouldn't really matter.
Oh no, I muted the stream. I can't do that. Like, I'll
yeah, that's
I'll
a
fall
nightmare.
apart.
Yeah, I enjoy dicking off a little bit too much in these games. That's why I don't quote-unquote enjoy myself in PvP.
Well, I mean, it's like there's a certain fun factor in not using the same builds like everybody else uses.
Well, it's not even a matter of
same
using
weapons and everything.
builds. Like I refuse to use like Havels or Giants unless I like the Giant Helm combined with Ornstein set. That looks good.
Yep.
But like now I'm, playing obviously SL68. My armor is not upgraded at all. I'm using a weapon that scales off soft humanity, but I only have one soft humanity. So yeah, oh, it's the same dude. It's the same dude that was carrying around shit tons of little floaty magics and just ran up and attacked me. Let's wave again. He's using pursuers this time. Oh no, he killed me instantly by not bowing and just running at me. Who would have expected that?
Look how Wooly keeps coming
Yeah,
and just
Wooly just
leaving.
left.
He just keeps just in and out. Oh,
He could
here
have
it is.
actually.
There it is.
He could have
Oh,
been
he got you
using
with the.
Discord for some reason that I wasn't aware of.
Oh, he got
But
you
then
with the
again,
dubstep cannon.
he's in a. Hello, Jack. Thank you for subscribing. You nice little person, you 723 Jack. But he might have been using it for But he has a spy shit too, so I don't know why he would bother with mine. But it could also be that he was wanting to talk to me about something. There was something else that we needed to take care of the other day, but I haven't done anything with it. Anyways.
Yeah, that might have been it. Or he just wanted to lurk and just see what all the stupid was about.
Maybe
Or
he was
not.
taking a poop, and it just comforts him to be in my Discord when he poops. Probably what it was.
It's a good place for pooping.
How's your Scree video doing?
It's there. It exists.
It's
It's
not
a shitty
dead yet.
Twitch highlight, so it exists. That's it.
I'm surprised it actually didn't have more inside of it. Because I remember we said more stuff about it.
Well,
Welcome back,
most
Wooly.
of it occurred later, actually. Like, that's what I thought, too. But that was actually, like, the footage I used was from when we got the fire drone, like, all the way to the end of the stream. Turns
Yeah.
out we screed a lot more after that stream than the original stream. But
Quite
either way,
possibly. That sounds like something that we would do.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we've done it off camera more than humans should probably ever do. I'm pretty sure both of us just don't
Yeah,
even
my
have voices anymore.
voice actually still hurts from that, truth be told. Oh wait, I never put this back on.
Whoa, hey.
Hey Wooly,
Sorry
what's going on?
to interrupt. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Oh, I'm just streaming. This is a casual
Oh,
stream.
is this live?
Yeah.
It's live. Hello.
Oh, hello there.
We were talking about how you were pooping in the Discord chat.
Dude, I was sitting here working at my computer and suddenly my laptop started making voices and I'm like, why am I hearing voices?
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is.
Like, oh, sweet Christ. It's
You're
finally
fine,
begun.
though. You can
I
use
get
my
pulled
thing
in?
for whatever anytime. Yeah, you're technically on stream, but who cares?
Oh, you clicked and pulled me in.
No, I told Nick, it's like, oh, you want to do something while we're streaming here? And I just entered my own little thing. It's like, oh, Wooly's here for some reason. Like, that's fine, though.
You can drag people into Discord chats.
You can, yeah.
You might have accidentally clicked on it at some point. Who knows?
My laptop is closed. It was actually like off.
That
And then
is
it came
mysterious.
on.
Well, hang
and
on.
started
Did
spouting voices.
Were you
It was
maybe
destined.
like in this channel when you closed out of
yeah.
Discord last?
I think so. I
Yeah,
wasn't in
it'll-
the talking, but
It'll put you
I was-
back in or whatever.
Oh, okay,
I don't know.
okay.
It does weird shit sometimes, but overall it seems to work pretty well. So
okay. I don't even know what you're streaming. I guess I don't want to interrupt your stuff. Nice to meet you,
we're not
Nick.
doing anything.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, how's it going, man? I know we haven't.
yeah,
we've
YouTube never
gotten to
actually
meet,
met.
but hello, how's it going?
All right, not too bad.
Well, he actually is very busy most of the time. So it would not surprise me if he's like, oh, hello, my laptop exploded. Bye.
Yeah, I got to meet Pat in the shits, like whatever the hell.
Oh,
happened,
yeah,
I guess,
Oh, were
a
you
few
one
weeks
of
ago.
You were one of the
The
voices
impromptu.
that got subjected to his rudeness
Yeah,
and
yep.
assholery.
Well, he and I got into a shouting match, so it all worked out.
Ah, sounds about
Something.
right.
What were you
we
complaining about
actually-
with each other?
Wasn't it what's that stupid Flash thing called? Stabby Souls or whatever.
Oh,
Slashy
yeah,
Souls.
Flashy Souls. I think that's all I know
Yeah,
about
that
that
may
shit.
or may not be absolute garbage.
I suggested possibly doing a full LP of that with Pat.
That would be amazing. That would no. What you should do? You should open that up with like a. You asked if I would do Dark Souls 1 before 3. You know, some fancy intro. Oh, well, here you are. Here's the bridge between series.
On that note, are you streaming? What are you streaming?
I'm just streaming Dark 1 right now. I'm just
Oh, I
being
should probably
stupid
not
and
look at
baiting
this.
people.
Why not? Wait, what?
It's just Cat Covenant nonsense. It's just me running around a forest.
Because I haven't played DS1.
Really?
Yeah, he's trying to go
That's
in.
interesting, dude.
Well, you're not
Yeah,
trying
I
to
have-
actively avoid it exactly. It's just if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I have the weirdest like introduction to the series in that I started with 2 as an LP and then straight into Bloodborne, and now
Mm-hmm. Playing
we're
Demons.
streaming Demons, and then Dark 3 is coming up and we're going to be LPing that, and then Dark 1 I still haven't touched. So it's the most backwards thing ever, really.
Yeah, he's gonna be all sorts of fucked up in regards to the lore, especially.
Everyone seems to be
That's
implying.
actually that's probably okay, honestly. Like I actually kind of prefer the way you've come at it because I mean like all I can really say is like don't coming from Dark 2, like don't try to link 2 and 1 together. Just kind of experience them like individually and you'll be fine. Like yeah, that's probably the best way to go. Like just don't even try. Like you're gonna see shit that like comes from the other. You just
Yeah,
like,
it's-
just be like just don't even just
That's what
pretend,
we've
just
kind of
pretend
been
you've never seen
talking
it
about
before.
today.
Yeah.
Is people trying a bit too hard and caring too much about things. Just go into it. It'll be fucked up, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I get the impression from everyone that it's like I've inadvertently saved the best for last in a way.
Yeah, it could be that 3 ends up being like I don't know how it's going to turn out, but 3 mechanically will probably be the most superior of all of them. I would imagine. I would hope at least, considering it's the third one. But maybe not. Who knows? But 1 probably, I don't know, 1's one of those games, you'll go back to it and you'll say, oh, this obviously does have some weird jankiness to it, which will make perfect sense. But most of the things that, like, I get out of Dark 1 are more, like, I like the characters, the general gameplay is weird, but from a PvE standpoint, it's solid. The progression's really nice, open world endedness and whatnot is nice. 3 is ending up, it looks like it's going to be very linear compared to the other games. So there'll still be things for you to appreciate in 1.
Well,
It'll
this
be weird,
HUD
but it'll
already
be
looks
nice.
kind of weird to me. I mean, it's closest to 2, I guess, but every game seems to, I guess, redo the HUD a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
1's HUD is massive.
Yeah, it is. They scaled it. There's a lot of options in DS Fix to like bring it down to like 75% and 50%, which is a lot better. Because like they've actually done, I think they've done pretty well. Like in the games, it give like 2 some credit and Bloodborne. Like the UI has actually gotten pretty good. Like they've refined it pretty well after 1. Like Demons was okay, but you know the game defaults to 720p, so the HUD's a little bit bigger than like you know it should be anyway. But I think after 1, they've kind of done a good job of like reining it in a little bit. So it's looked pretty good afterwards. Like I do think that like the later games in terms of fidelity and like the general usability, I think that's definitely something that's improved. Like Dark 2 and Bloodborne were really good for that.
Plague, how many New Game Pluses does it take to get your life up to that level?
Oh, actually, this is not even anywhere near the highest amount that you can get.
Oh, I'm sure it isn't. I'm just
Like
curious.
I actually never really. Nick, have you ever done anything in New Game Plus? I usually completely. I don't even care about it most of the
I've
time.
done. I mean, I've done like
Yeah,
I've played like up to
a
New
couple
Game Plus
times.
7 and all that stuff, but it really hits a point, and this I guess this is more for Wooly's sake. It hits a point where like the game stops scaling at like New Game Plus 7. So like if you've got a good build that's working past that, there's no point in really leveling up beyond just kind of inflating your stats because I mean like nothing in the game scales past like New Game Plus 7.
Here, I'll let you
So-
look at this, Wooly.
Okay.
This is as big as your health bar can actually get, as far as it displaying. I forget what the maximum amount of health that you can actually get is. Like, this character has 2,280, but it visibly only goes up to 1,800, I think.
If you don't go to New Game Plus, though, aren't you not getting enough souls to like actually make a dent?
Oh, no,
in your
you can
levels?
do all
Oh,
sorts
wow.
of crazy stuff to level yourself
Holy
up.
shit!
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
farm
it
like
goes all
crazy.
across the screen.
Okay, so no matter what, you could always find a way to find enough to get enough souls to
Like what
to-
I'm doing right now is called I'm inside of something called the Forest Hunter. I'm not going to go too much into it, but the Forest
Sure.
Hunter Covenant. And if someone goes into the forest, then you can invade them. And if they die, like you can invade anyone that's above you in level. So what I'm doing right now, I'm at SL 68 at the moment, which is not a good idea, but you can invade it like SL 1 if you wanted to. And anyone that walks in, you will invade them. So if you invade like a guy that's like level 700 and he gets beaten by someone else, or if he falls off a cliff or something, then you will get a huge amount of souls to the point where you can
Okay.
probably level up like 40 times in a row just from that one dude. So it's not really much of an issue, I guess.
Is it an area then where people are hanging out just to
Yeah.
like fight?
Especially these days when, everyone's kind of run through the game multiple times and no one really cares that much anymore, or they shouldn't. We're being bit disproven about that today. Then, yeah, people tend to hang out around the forest a lot.
It's funny because like despite the fact that I've played 2 of the games and working on the 3rd, I suppose, like I've never done any of the post game content. I've never really spent time with the online and stuff. So
It normally
I still
doesn't
kind
change
of
that
feel,
much.
but I still kind of feel like I don't know like anything in a lot of ways because like looking at the equipment and life bars and things like that I see on footage like yours or on some other things that I get sent, I'm still super lost. So it's weird. It's like 2 complete playthroughs later, it's still all new to me.
You know what you guys need?
It's weird. I'm like an eternal newbie at these Souls games.
HOL up.
Thank you, Dr. Dr. Hemoglobin. Okay, thank you for your donation of $10, your mysterious donation. Yeah, the games have a really... Like, 2 actually is the one that did the most as far as changing things up for New Game Plus. Like, Scholar had a lot of things that actually changed, which I kind of liked, but they trapped some of, like, the weapons and clothing and stuff that you can get to New Game Plus, which was not too nice of them, because it means that basically if you want to do a run with certain things, then you just got to beat the game twice, which sucks.
So like now,
does suck.
so like nowadays for like you guys where you know everything inside out about these, when you pop in and just decide to start playing like right now, what is the kind of goal? Like what are you pretty much trying to do or up to?
Right now I'm just screwing off. Like, this is just... What I've done is... might actually show you in a second. But I have a shit ton of characters now. Like, I've done pretty much everything that you can do in this game. I have a character that has, like, maxed out Vid. I have a character that has maxed out Strength. I have a character that maxed out Dex, Faith, Int / Dex, like, just everything. So, really, now I'm just kind of screwing off.
Okay.
And this particular build is going to be high Vit, high endurance with chaos weaponry, which is not suited for PvP in any way, shape, or form. But I'm doing it just to do it. So just screwing off.
Okay. Just adding to your library of characters and such.
Repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, normally you'd probably plug somebody around like soul level like 120, whatever the meta is, and then you'd probably go do like Forest. The Forest is pretty good for PvP because it's pretty frequent in invasions. It's not quite like the Honor Duel-y area because that like takes place in one of the DLC areas. I'm gonna say Honor Duel with some big air quotes on that one because it's Honor Duel. But yeah, I mean, I would probably say the Forest Covenant's closer to like the Dark Souls 2 arena than anything.
Okay.
I don't
So
even know if
wh-
Wooly ever experienced the arenas though.
I really didn't. We like pretty
Yeah,
much
you just
visited
blast. Don't let
the areas.
if you
and-
start doing like demons or whatever. Don't let Pat talk you into doing the best weapon ever and will just never use anything else.
No, no one's honestly like for
Like that
all
great
the.
sword shit. There were so
No,
many things
no
that
one-
you could have tried.
Yeah, there is, but
I will
no,
blame
I'm not-
him.
No one's going to talk me into anything. Like, just tell me what's there, and I will make my decision. You know, and like I forget what that sword is that I have that just broke in the last stream, but like some people were upset that I was using it because it's like apparently very common.
Oh, the Crescent
Fal-
Falchion.
Crescent Falchion, exactly. So like a lot of people were
Yeah, it's
not
not
a lot
that
of people,
bad.
but some feedback was basically like, not another boring Crescent
It's not a
Falchion
cheap
thing.
weapon. It's actually an ordinary weapon. It comes with like there's this takes a little bit of explaining. But there's a difference between weapons that scale based exclusively on like strength or dex, and there's ones that scale off like magic. And the ones that
Okay.
usually scale off things like magic or they have some element associated with them usually are a little bit stronger starting off. Like they have better starting scaling and then they kind of drop off because they only go up to like +5 in like Dark, for example. Dark 1. So like weapons that go up to like +15 and scale normally might end up being better, but they start better. So the Crescent Falchion is just one example where it has split damage, so it's technically better early game against a lot of enemies, and it also has
Wait,
that
are we talking about
+1
the demons?
upgrade.
The demons
Yeah, yeah.
Crescent Falchion?
The one you get
I
from
mean,
Black
it just
Katana
starts.
Skeleton.
Yeah, it's like already upgraded effectively.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not like a Drake sword or anything.
But that's the thing, though, is like people. There's a lot of people who played through these games a lot of times, and they're going to tell you not to do certain things when, in all actuality, when they first played the game, they probably did something similar. You know what I mean? So it's one of
yeah.
those instances.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Is I was like, no matter kind of what ends up being, I guess.
Yeah, no one's ever gonna be
typical
happy.
Case. This is the first time I'm ever seeing this sword, and first time I'm ever doing any of this stuff. So it's new to me.
Yeah, it really
You
sucks
know?
in your case because you're pressured into doing all this shit when, like in my first playthrough, I was just, messing around most of the time myself.
Yeah.
If I want to walk around using a shield and nothing else, and that's what I'm going to do because that's what I enjoy.
I could
I
see
mean,
like your initial playthrough of these games being LPs pretty rough because like it's just one of those games where it's just dick around. You know what I mean? Like the first couple runs just dick around. Then you want to go like look at like optimal builds and stuff. Like you can do that, but it's just best experience like that. So it's like really unfair, I guess, to like tell people, oh, you shouldn't use this, you shouldn't use that. It's like, man, just let the man do what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, I still had fun with both the games we completed with DS2 and Bloodborne, like playing at home, doing my own thing. Like it's definitely much more relaxed when you're not under all that pressure and such. But it didn't get so ruined, I guess, by outside influence that I didn't enjoy the LP. And then going back and doing the DLC and such, it was still a good time. It was still a good time, I guess. But I definitely don't know if I don't think I'm ever going to really get the chance to do the full like PvP experience or NG+++ experience or any of that stuff. Just kind of based on how we're just steamrolling through all of these,
Mm-hmm. Well, NG Plus is an interesting kind of beast in these games. Like, I'd say probably Dark 2's done it the best because shit actually changed. Whereas like Dark Souls 1 and Demons, it's just the same game. Shit, it just scales up. Like, so it's like artificial difficulty, as opposed to yeah. That is something I really liked about Dark 2 though. It's like, oh, we're gonna change up some of the item placement stuff. It's like, all right, now it feels like sort of. It's totally not a fresh experience, but something a little different than what you did before. So that's always nice.
Aw,
Is that
I wanted to be cute.
would you compare that to the
What should we
the
do?
whatchamacallit there, the random dungeons from Bloodborne?
No, it's a different kind of
Chalice
thing
dungeons.
because it was
No.
still like calculated, right? Like they still actually took some time to look into it and say, okay, we're gonna put this here, we're gonna change this location. Whereas the Chalice dungeons are just totally procedurally generated, so they're effectively random. I mean, they have set parameters, of course, but it's effectively random. Also, Wooly, I sent you a message that you need to look at.
Okay.
Have I? No, I don't have that on. There we go. But just treat the games the way that you want them to be. Like, sometimes you will do something that is just kind of innately, like, because you're doing, like, a stream, like Demon Souls. So if I interrupt and say, you probably shouldn't do that, it's not because, you know, oh, this fucking, it's not because of that. It's because, well, if he does this, then sure, it might be funny, but it might set them back, like, an hour or, you know, some crazy thing. So it just would not be a good idea.
I still love these games, man. I'm so damn critical of them now, and it's probably just because I'm just so like my opinion of it's just so skewed because I've just been through so much with the franchise that I'm just like because there's you see the flaws the more, and it's just a factor of, you know, I guess like I don't know, just playing the games a long time. Like the more deep in a fandom you get, the more like inherent flaws you're going to see present.
The more
in it,
tired
so.
you get of having to deal with the constant debates about stupid things.
And especially like PvP, like PvP just turns into a nightmare. And I've never been like I'm not a PvPer. Like I'm bad at it. I'm so fucking terrible. Like I've played through all the games plenty of times. I'm a PvE champion, Care Bear. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, PvP gets with like one of those like hot buttons too, because you just get exhausted of seeing just the same shit over and over. You're just like, oh god, can you just do something not optimal? It's fun.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing today. Like, I'm doing these invasions. I'm not really taking the combat seriously. I'm seriously under-leveled for... I'm fighting against people that are probably SL 125, like standard PvP meta, usually wearing optimal gear. They're completely maxed out. They have proper weapons for the build that they're running. Whereas I'm like half their soul level, using a weapon that has scaling for something that I don't even have right now. Like, just, I'm not taking this seriously at all. Plus, even if I was, like, actually trying to play seriously in PvP, I would not really be good at it because I'm not practiced at it exactly. I understand the things that I see, though. So, no, it should be a shitty experience, but for me, I enjoy doing it just because it's silly. But a lot of people just aren't not like that in the Souls community.
Is there such thing as like the perfect PvE and PvP build that can just own everything no matter what?
In Dark 2 there was.
Like,
Oh,
like
yeah, for sure.
optimally according to the math on a chart.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean that was Dark 2. They patched it out pretty early. Like I'd say Dark 1 was the like Havel the Rock Ninja flipping build, where basically you utilized a ring that if you were under 50% equip burden, you could like do a special roll that had even more iframes, and people were able to like min-max to get like Havel's armor and shit, like the best armor in the game, or some of the best armor in the game, and then still be fast rolling like a monster. And they patched that out. Dark Souls 2 had the
Resonance
Havel
stuff.
build, yeah, and the
Butthole
Santir
face.
spear knowledge.
Good
Yep,
old
the butthole face Havel. So there's been builds like that, but they've actually done fairly okay in getting rid of them. It just takes them a long time sometimes.
Yeah,
just because
FromSoft does not really pay attention to their community that much.
they don't that
Especially
much.
Blessing Anarchus.
But
But
like,
there are still like builds that could just carry you like all the way through the game, even even on a non-optimal level. So
but perfect builds get patched out basically.
Usually, if they're just incredibly broken in every respect, yeah, they tend to be. Like a lot of the
Otherwise,
stuff,
they
whenever
kinda
you
just let
guys
it
started
flounder.
playing, a lot of the times, like whenever you were playing your LP of Dark Souls 2, a lot of the stuff that was broken had already been removed, or was in the process of being removed whenever you were playing.
Yeah, when I started, since we started as a cleric, I got to experience the first version of the lightning spear, and then watch that get patched.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You guys started Faith. And whenever it was actually a lot of fun to run a Faith build whenever you started. I actually did manage to do that whenever I did my first or second playthrough of 2. And it actually was fun, like just hurling lightning spears at everything, because you got a lot of them and they did a lot of damage.
Exactly. Like, it sucks that like that kind of ended up being something.
They wanted it to be a support build.
that is like ruining the game, and the bosses don't support like range play, or they have no way of dealing with it. So it ends up
wasn't
being
even
busted
that
and cheap.
exactly, because they left in hexes and pyromancies and like other things that ended up being too powerful for a long time. It's just that they want Faith to be the support build. Like they want people to run around healing other players and do stuff like that. So
But
I
on
guess they
just a-
decided to nerf spears for that reason.
on just a basic playing the video game and having a fun time level, I like the idea of
Yep.
like throwing lightning spears. I think
It's
that's
fucking
super
cool.
And it sucks that, that had to like to turn out the way it did. And like even when I was doing it and I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And it was like, no, that's busted and cheap and you can't lose. And like, and then like they nerf it and they make it kind of pointless. And I'm like, well, whatever, might as well move on anyways at this point. But yeah, I was just like, I really wish that could be a legit thing, in
It's
some
just
way.
the
shape, or
yeah,
form.
it's the inherent problems with
Well,
like
you're
having a game
you're
that has
definitely
multiplayer.
you're touching upon the edge of what we experience all the time. Of I wish that they would do just this thing, like this one little thing, and then it would be really good, but they never do it. Man, this guy's getting a big face full of it.
Dark Spirit Blank has invaded. I love that.
Yeah,
Fucking just space. The dude's
I love
name
the
is
mix
Space.
checks, people.
Oh yeah, dude. God.
I guess we're all trying to fuck this guy. Guess I may as well do it too.
But that's kind of my thing with like FromSoft is I wish like in a way instead of just completely just like neutering certain abilities like in PvE, since PvP is such an integral part of the game now, like just having spells and things do maybe slightly less damage in PvP for certain aspects, but that kind of sends you down a dark road of homogenization and like it's a very like difficult balance, right? And it's something that like games that have multiplayer on a larger scale have struggled with for years, like MMOs and shit. They kind of run into that same problem of like trying to balance between the PvE world, the PvP world. So, they maybe separate them, and then that causes confusion among skills. And like, well, this did great damage before, and now it sucks in PvP. And I think that it's just the inherent problem they're going to suffer from if they continue to have PvP and PvE kind of in the same bag, which is integral to the game. So it's going to be a very tricky thing for them to kind of figure out, like, how do we strike a balance between something that's fun to play in PvE and then that's also functionally good in PvP without being like too powerful or whatever. So it's just tough. It's tough to do.
And even core mechanics, they've struggled for years. Like the invasion system is a very infamous one that it sort of works for PvE in some games, but it's terrible for PvP, and in some cases it's great for PvP, but absolutely awful for your average player. Which is one of the reasons why that Soul Memory existed, and people hated Soul Memory, because it was trying to resolve what really was kind of an insignificant problem by creating something that ended up affecting everyone. And it got to the height of that problem with the Bell Maiden system in Bloodborne, because I don't think you guys even got invaded, but maybe like once or something in your LP? I can't remember.
We got in Bloodborne, not as much as I can remember, but definitely in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem in Bloodborne, is that even if...
God, that's impressive too, especially considering the amount of people that like were probably watching and probably trying to like stream snipe and everything. Like that's really impressive.
Well, it's never live. They never know when they're going to.
Oh,
record,
that's true.
so.
Yeah,
That's true,
yeah,
yeah.
we didn't stream it.
So
We,
Like
this was just the L- oh,
whenever
this
I
is an LP,
invaded them,
okay, I thought this was
whenever
stream.
I invaded in 2, I actually had to try to manipulate circumstances in my favor by baiting Wooly into accepting my Berserker gear from Dark Souls 2. It's like, here,
Right.
Wooly, here you go.
Well, it kind of made itself obvious when your name was Plague the Woolly Hunter.
Yeah.
as in-
What? No, this is nothing.
That's
Don't worry about
excellent.
that.
Just don't worry about that.
So when people do that, when people make those like Woolly Hunter builds, are they just grabbing a character that they already have and just respecking basically? I assume.
In Dark Souls 2, probably, yeah. I mean, like, well, maybe they would have to do like a name change, so it might be new characters.
Yeah,
like people are.
what I did
people are
is
surprisingly adept at like.
You can't have a name
build
that long.
pretty quick.
Like, you can actually, you cannot have a name that long. I actually had to use a friendly phantom. That's a joke between Nick and me. Friendly phantom to accessorize myself for that particular instance. I changed my name back afterwards.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Why
Oh,
wouldn't I?
goddamn cupboard.
And as far as just the whole like talking about the whole perfect builds things go, like so in DS2 we fought that guy Kurt Cobain that had 2 shields, or rather 1 shield, and it was a magic shield, and he used it to like stab and kill me, and I couldn't do anything because it's a fucking shield. How do you actually, for example, get around that in a fight? Like a dude with a magic shield that can hurt you, and he can hold it up and has enough stamina to take whatever you're doing.
These games have never been perfectly balanced. Like, Dark 1, whenever it first released, did have a big problem with shields being too good and everyone just doing that all the time. But people kind of fix that for themselves by realizing, oh, you can just lock off and just run behind them, and the network code is so shit you can just backstab fish them.
Okay.
And like Dark Souls 1 PvP is famous for that, for people doing nothing except for rotating to one side, hoping that you will lose just that one packet that will allow them to get behind you and then hit R1 and just pull you into a backstab that you can't prevent. So that kind of went away instantly because the PvP is broken in Dark Souls 1. In Dark Souls 2, it's not quite like that. People do still kind of fish, but it's not as bad.
Okay.
But you can
I'm
do
sorry, I gotta take a phone call.
Okay, sure,
One
go.
sec.
But you can guard break. You can guard
Oh, you
break.
can. You definitely can.
Even though it probably won't even work. Actually, what am I doing? I don't even need to be here now.
I'm still not as big of a fan of the guard break as I am the kick. I don't know why. The kick is just fun.
I love
It's
the
just
idea of a guard break. It's just
Yeah,
too
but-
fucking slow.
Yep. It tends to work on people who aren't ready for it, I guess, or people who are like turtling really heavily. But you don't really see people turtle that often from what I've seen. Like that doesn't really happen as much because more people are focused on, I guess aggressive builds rather than whatever.
Yeah, like you can do things like catch people on wake up, like newer
Right.
players. But like a more seasoned person in the first place is probably not either going to drop their shield, so it doesn't work anyways. They'll just kind of be stunned a little bit and take no damage, and it won't matter. Or they'll roll away or whatever else. Hello, Sigmire.
Kick made a hell of a lot more sense than push did too. Like, I mean, at least you're using another appendage. You're not just like pulling away your sword and pushing somebody. It's like, why are you doing that? You have a blade. Stop it. Get in there and jeez.
Whenever,
Yeah.
like this is something, I don't know if I've ever even told you this, but I had been working on like a theoretical design doc for a Souls-like game that sort of rectifies all the things I don't like about it.
Yeah, you've told me.
Okay.
We never talked about it like at
Actively,
length,
yeah.
but you've mentioned it several times. Yeah.
But one of the things I wanted to do in that was, I was working on it the other day actually, was I wanted to have a guard break of some kind. Not necessarily the animation from Dark Souls 2, but the ability for if someone is holding their shield up, then you can reliably, punish them for doing so.
Right.
Because if you're going to, like, one of the things I wanted to get rid of is make general side-to-side movement slower so that you can't just rotate around people and backstab them. Get rid of backstabs, of course. And focus more on, like, positional like footwork, like side-to-side movement, dashing, and things like that. So that it looks a little bit more natural, looks less stupid. So in the case of... What the fuck was I even talking about? Side-to-side movement, okay, guys. Oh, guard breaking. So I wanted to have the ability to guard break people in case they were relying on shields, and I also wanted to have the ability to punish people for weapon spamming. Like if they were just, like, had a dagger out or something, and they were just swiping that over and over again. Have another mechanic that I've renamed so many times, like I've called it like a... Like right now it's a lunge. I think I've called it like a grapple in the past, and so much. But I like stuff like that. They're nice to have. But they don't work too well in the Souls games because of this problem with general movement.
Yeah.
Kick.
I don't know. There's like several like foundational mechanics I think they would need to change in order to implement other things. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I've stayed pretty away from Dark Souls 3 in terms of like actual gameplay stuff, just because I'm gonna try my best to actually like enjoy it. And I feel like if I just get like deeply saturated in content right now, I'm just gonna end up just like disappointing myself again. Because I was pretty deep in Bloodborne, and that kind of like backfired on me because I was just like.
Yeah, that must have been kind of miserable.
Yeah, I mean, I was deep in it, and I got to play the game before it came out a little bit as well, and like, it's just like, I had like kind of this like expectation for it, and then when it all kind of panned out the way it did, like at the end game, it was just kind of a bummer, because it's not necessarily like the first playthrough wasn't bad. Like Bloodborne's one of those games where like it doesn't bad until you've kind of finished, because then you're like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to do this again. You know, like you're
Yeah,
just like
Bloodborne is not really a game that you want to replay a whole bunch.
yeah, it feels like you kind of did it, and it was okay for that. Like, and I think, you know, people, it's easy to get on the Bloodborne hate wagon because I don't like it either. But like, I never will say it wasn't fun to play through once or twice. But anything past that, I'm just like, because you kind of like, there's so few options, especially in the base game, that you're like, you keep kind of gravitating towards like your play style. And since the weapons don't really, the weapons themselves kind of become an entire different play style, which is good. Like, I could play Dark Souls 1, and if I wanted to use like big swords, right? Like, let's say that was like just what I wanted to do. You know, you've got the Claymore, which is a more like fast variant of it. You got the Zwei, you've got like the you know, the Lord's Greatsword at the end. Like, there's several different great swords with some variant movesets.
Like, even like the Claymore has the Bastard Sword, which is the same exact weapon, except it has like 4 more AR, and it's R2
smaller.
Changes.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like, there's like small variations, right? Which I think are better, but like in Bloodborne, it's like it all kind of changed, right? Which, like I said, it's you know, on its own is actually like, it sounds great, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, new playstyle. But I kept finding myself going back towards the what was it? What was the name of the axe that transformed? I can't remember its name. The Hunter's Axe, I think.
Yeah,
It was just, I think
the noob axe.
yeah,
People
no,
always do
I
nothing but
enjoyed
use
it.
the-
Like, yeah,
the
like I liked it my
transform.
first playthrough, and then I used Ludwig's my second. And I enjoyed that because I wanted to use like
It's
bigger,
funny you
heavier
should mention
weapons.
that. Those are like the 2 most notorious base game and noob weapons because
Of
they're so
course.
accessible.
Of course they are. Yeah,
of
and
course. Why
actually, like
wouldn't?
the saw cleaver was pretty fun. I mean, like that was entertaining. But that's kind of the thing is like, you end up kind of gravitating towards those early game weapons anyway because it takes so long to get. Like, I actually really wanted to do a build with Chicago, but you know,
Oh,
when,
no,
like,
you're
on
not
my
allowed to
third
have that.
playthrough, yeah, I was like, I can't even get this goddamn thing until way later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't even make a
So
build
why would,
around this.
like
'cause
you've
I
already
can't get to
invested
it.
in something, so why do you? Especially in Bloodborne, where there's so like since there's a limited amount of weapons, they want everyone to have their weapon. This is my weapon. Like how they try to force that sometimes in the Dark games or the Souls games, where they won't give you Titanite slabs, for example. Like in some of them, it's really really bad. And so you
Yeah.
kind of end up in the situation where you have one weapon and you want to try like 15 other ones, but if you do, then you're going to be restricted to having them have shit tier scaling.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Camera scale,
And that's-
sweetie.
And that's a bummer because like there were some cool weapons, like, and there's kind of something for everybody in there. But yeah, if you want to use like larger weapons, you're pretty much limited to maybe 2 or 3, and the playstyles change pretty radically. If you want smaller weapons, you're actually pretty shit out of luck early game. Because I mean, the transformation attack on most of the saw weapons ended up being like a scythe. You know what I mean? Like it ended up being a fairly large weapon. So
I really like the Saul Spear, I think it was.
yeah, saw spear was cool, and the rifle spear. I remember I made a video on the rifle spear like maybe about a week in, because I just casually picked it up and I was like, the actual fuck is wrong with this weapon? Like the charging like R2 on it or whatever was so overpowered, like it was so good, and I remember like maybe a month after that I saw like a lot of people using it because it was just disgustingly good, and yeah. I kind of like missed that game in a weird way because I just feel like if there had just been certain things that they had changed with it, and like if they'd opened up the world a little bit, made PvP a little bit better, and figured out a better solution to the backstab system rather than the critical system or whatever, like the critical attack thing, then it probably would have been really good. Opening up the world is a fairly big task. I can't say that that's like we could just do this pretty easy. Like that's like a foundational game design thing. Like that
I can
has to be
understand
done.
why in 3 they're not going to it. Like I would much prefer it to be, interlinked and everything, but
But it's
actually
Demon's
creating
Souls,
actually creating a world in which everything is physically connected must have been a nightmare. I don't even know how they pulled it off in 1.
I don't either know. Like, especially like making it like actually feel connected, because they kind of did that like a little bit in Dark Souls 2, but the warping mechanic was present so early in the game that you didn't really notice it, and then there were areas that like didn't connect correctly, like going up the Iron Keep and stuff. So like there were clearly like design oversights there, and that just kind of goes back to my original point like a year ago, is that I do generally think that they took Demon's Souls, right, and they had like the Mario style level system, like World 1-4 or whatever, they had that kind of like level select screen effectively, which is what the Nexus is. And I think in Dark, I mean, Dark in a lot of ways is just Demon Souls. I mean, there's tons of shit that they literally just took right out of Demon Souls. I mean, like the animations are the same, like the enemy movements are the same. Like, I mean, a lot of it's just straight copy pasted. I mean, with a few tweaks here and there.
From
And
really
I
loves
do
doing
think that. Yeah, but I do think that like Dark Souls was kind of their perfect storm, right? Like they took a game that was pretty good, they refined it, they made it open world. You know, they fixed some of the like broken ass PvP stuff because Demons was a lot more broken than Dark.
Oh yeah.
And I think they kind of did that, and I think they got a perfect storm. And I don't know if they'll really.
Ever get
I don't
that
know if
back
they'll really
accidentally.
do. I don't know if they'll do that again because I think they just kind of got a lot of things fell in place. They did a lot of refinement, and then that was kind of it. So I don't know, but so I mean I guess we'll see with Dark Souls 3 because maybe if they keep in some of the good of Dark Souls 2 and take a bit of the Dark Souls 1 and all that stuff, then they can come out with something, you know, pretty solid. But we'll see.
The fact that they have a sort of fake hollowing mechanic, but they also have a real one, is really strange to me. Like, I don't know if I've even... You probably didn't go looking for it, so you may not even know this. But Vaati did his little series. Like, he was one of the people that got flown out to play. And as far as I know, he's the only one that actually stumbled upon the hollowing mechanic at all. Get out of here, skeleton. Oh, yeah, I haven't killed their master yet. Forget about that. But he played through it. He, let's see. He played through it and found a character, and he spoke to that character, and the character gave him the ability, sort of in a weird way, to hollow, like normally. But it doesn't seem to affect your health, but it does affect your physical appearance. And more importantly, whenever you start that process, it allows you to have a free level up. Like, it enables you to completely circumvent the soul level, or the soul system, and just have a free level up ever so often. I think you get 5 of those. And whenever you sort of start hollowing, I don't even know exactly how it works, but you get something called the Dark Sigil. And it prevents you from... It's so weird. I can't even really explain it correctly. But you get it, and you start to hollow, but you physically only hollow. And it doesn't seem to affect your health. It doesn't seem to affect your stats. But it does allow you to level up ever so often for some reason. And that's separate from the Ember system. And the Ember system is your kind of real hollowing system now, where you're normally human, and then you can use an Ember to make yourself sort of superhuman. And that allows you to do multiplayer. So they have both now. And I don't know why.
Yeah,
Like,
I
even
didn't know that.
explaining it, it's super confusing. But whatever. Whatever, it's FromSoft. Like, especially being a Japanese company, it just behooves them to, you know, admit that they ever did something wrong. So they have to keep things. They have to keep them. But at the same time, they have to kind of band-aid them by introducing a new system. And be like, oh, look at this new thing. It's a new option. We didn't mess up, you messed up. Okay, FromSoft.
Yeah, they didn't do too bad with they didn't do too bad with hollowing in Dark Souls 2.
Hello?
I mean, I don't really like the
Welcome back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got muted there for a second. No, kind of sorry. I have to kind of go. Important call, but
That's okay. You were never meant to be here in the first place.
yeah, exactly. I was never meant to.
You were never meant to be.
Onward. And besides,
That's
I'm
fine.
kind of like getting spoiled on areas and secrets by watching.
Yeah, I started actually
is true,
playing.
yeah.
Accidentally started playing through like the end game of some, near the end game on
Yeah,
one of the
so-
characters, and was like, oh, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here.
This is the most Dark Souls 1 I've ever seen in one sitting, really. So
Stop.
Yeah,
Run away
Press
fast.
pause.
I'm running away. All right, later, guys.
Take it easy,
Your
dude.
next stream is this Saturday, right?
Yeah, probably.
You're not going to be doing Demon Soul.
Not tomorrow. But like the weekend after tomorrow. So not the 12th, but the 19th. And
Okay,
no,
yeah.
we're going to be doing Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Nice.
Unfortunate.
Have fun.
Unfortunate. Yeah, you enjoy
Yeah.
that.
That was Matt's plan. So all right, guys.
Under the
Later,
bus he
dude.
goes.
Have a good one.
All right.
Peace.
See you, Wooly. Well, he's a
But yeah,
piece of trash
fucking-
is what he... No, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Dark Souls 2 did hollowing okay. Like, I didn't mind it in that because it was closer to like Demon Souls, like the soul form or whatever.
The best thing about that was something that was purely accidental. And that if you wanted to completely reverse the hollowing state, the only thing you had to do was just participate in PvE. You just go help someone in someone else's world. And if you succeed, then you revert back to being human. Which everyone really loved, and they complimented them all. It's like, oh, you did such a good job this time. That was so smart of you. That's something we actually thought would be a good idea, and you actually picked up on it. And then FromSoft releases statements like, oh, that was an accident. Yeah, that's not supposed to be
Whoops. We didn't mean to do well.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that system. I thought that was good because it's like you ran out of effigies and you're like, God damn it, I need to get human. Well, what a great reward for going and helping somebody out, right? Like
Yeah.
you go to help somebody, you get human again. It's like, oh, well, I guess I'll go participate in co-op. Not only does it keep the world alive and, you know, flowing,
Yeah.
it keeps people in the
It keeps-
multiplayer
yeah.
game. It keeps,
Exactly.
it's a good system, and they didn't mean to do it, but that was
was an
something Dark
accident.
Souls 2 did pretty well. I mean, I like that.
The fact that you did it slowly over time, like, in a way, like demons, you had 50% health, right? But no one really cared. It didn't really matter that much because it was demons and it was already so wonky anyways. In Dark 2, if you have 50% health, it actually did seem like it did kind of screw you over quite a bit. Hello, Dragon. Hear the shit things up again? You shitter, you.
No, I just wanted to listen to the good things you have to say about Dark Souls 2.
I just said one.
Sounds good.
I just
I
got.
know.
I just gave
That's
you one.
why I'm here. I'm happy for you. I want to congratulate you. I do. Where was that the other night? Damn.
Well, we said it looked good.
My poor. I know. Over and over again. That's all I could say.
Dragon, you have no
Man,
idea
this
how much-
runs
The music was-
really
the-
well.
The music was good and it was 60 FPS. I was like, all right, I can get behind at least looking at this. And
You have
maybe
no
listen.
idea how hard we have been trying off camera.
Yeah, to be fair, we have literally been off camera playing Dark Souls 2, trying our damnedest. Like, and we're trying. We're trying to stay positive. We're trying to enjoy it, and
All
it's
right,
it's
well,
hard.
Let's talk about what did you find off camera that you enjoyed? Let's talk about it.
We like the fact that you can summon in 17 phantoms,
Yeah, it's good.
and you can literally overpower any area of the game. Summoning was good. Summoning is smooth as shit. Like, there were times when Eli would be like, my sign's down, and the minute he said that, bam, right there. I was like, that's solid. I like that.
Yeah, the
That was
netcode
good.
is really good for Dark
It's
Souls
really
2.
good. They did a good job there.
Mhm.
PvP is, we've gotten invaded several times. It's
You
something.
ganked him. You ganked him.
Well,
Damn it, he was already up.
we tried to 1v1, and I mean,
we
most
get
of it's
invaded?
kind of weird on PC though. Like
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of
we
the
did,
people
we did.
who show up in your soul range don't seem legitimate. Like, there's just people that show up that I'm like, I don't know if this person's supposed to have this much health and be able to do this much damage. It's soul level 60.
What soul memory are you at now?
God knows if I remember what soul memory was. I think we were like,
We were all
3.
over the place because we were.
Yeah, it was
like
nuts.
co-op breaks that too because you gain so many levels so quickly.
Can't have.
We started together. I'll say that.
Mm.
I don't know what we're at now. I can't even remember what we were doing.
Yeah, I'm looking
Sure
forward to Dark
can-
Souls 3.
You can make something pretty sick for, around 300 or 600k. You can make some pretty sick shit.
I like how if you want to do, like, you could do low SL runs in Dark 1. In Dark 2, I guess technically you can make a sort of cheese build to attack lower level people, but it seems like everyone's game on that case would be like a race to get to the agape ring.
Oh, it is. That's pretty much what everybody does. Row Parkour and I have done we have like the exact same route when we want to make a twink build, which, given the activity of the game nowadays, is not much fun. Plus, everybody and their brother is running the same exact crap. I hope you like fighting a dude with Drang leg armor, because that's all they're going to be wearing. So you just kind of go, oh.
Yeah, because, well, like, people used to complain about people in Dark 1 running around with Drake's Sword and Night Shield.
Oh, yeah.
But that's your best option at that point of the game. Like, you're looking, oh, fucking noob. What do you want from
Yeah,
me?
if you're that soul level for sure, that's like easily, unless you've done like some bullshit and you've stayed at like soul level like 9, and you went and got like a +5 like chaos
Here comes
fucking
UPS
reinforced club
man.
or so. I mean, unless you've done shit like that. Yeah, Drake Sword and that kind of stuff is actually pretty powerful.
You
like,
guys
it's...
talk amongst yourselves. I need to go get UPS man package.
All right. Yeah,
So
like,
long.
you know, you look at stuff like that, and yeah, I mean, the Drake Sword was actually like really good. We were talking about this for, I don't know if you were around, Dropout, but while Wooly was here, we were talking about the like how it's like kind of stupid that like veteran Souls people just yell at people for using like Drake Sword or like Crescent Falchion and shit like that, just because I mean, it's there. And anybody who like ever says, "Oh, I didn't use that when I played," yeah, you did. Shh.
Oh
you
yeah,
did.
everybody did.
Yeah, no,
Everybody, especially demons. Maybe
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't use the Drake Sword. Maybe you didn't. Maybe I'll give you that. But in demons, you went for that Crescent Falchion.
Oh
You
yeah,
heard
people
about
got
it,
that and they're like, "Wow, this does so much more damage." And that was the same thing with the Drake Sword. People heard about it and they're like, "I heard there's a really good weapon you can get in the first,"
Yeah.
and they got it because From was dumb enough to put him early game.
I put.
Why would you put those like powerful weapons so early that just like trivialize most of the early game?
The last time I played Demon Souls was about a year ago, and I remembered there were some things I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the upgrade system. I couldn't remember a lot of the weapons, and I hadn't played in forever, been like 5 years. And then I sat there and realized the one thing I remember above all things is getting punched in the face by the Dragon God and that stupid fucking falchion. Everyone used that fucking falchion. Everybody. Do not pretend you didn't, because that was so much more powerful than everything else, and even better than the Drake Sword because you could upgrade the motherfucker. But
Yep.
you know the Drake Sword, ended up capping off and not be very good for the rest of the game. So yeah, that's
Yep.
what I thought. I
mean,
moved
and
on.
even like Demons is weird about weapons anyway, though, because you can actually acquire the what is it, the meat cleaver pretty early in the game.
Yeah, and that's just
it.
done. Yep.
It's not even fair. That weapon is just not fair. Like it's just it's broken. It's stupid powerful. They thought 3S scalings was okay. Like, and I understand they didn't understand their system really. Like, they kind of like didn't really know like what was going to happen because it was the first game. So like, Demon Souls gets a pass for me in a lot of cases because it was the first game. That's fine. There's gonna be weird shit. You don't know how the player base is gonna react and just all this crap, and that's fine. That's okay. But like Dark and some of the other games where like shit just came out of the gate, like and the like Sand Tears, right? Like, so Sand Tears was supposed to be like an homage to like the old school NES games of like finding that weird thing that like became super powerful, right? And like why they thought that was a good idea in an online game in the age of the internet was just beyond me. Because they're treating it like this little fun NES glitch, like, oh, I broke it and now it's good. And it's like, well, people are gonna find out about this so easy. They're gonna Google best weapon Dark Souls 2 and be like, broken Sand Tears spear. It's like, why did you do this?
Right. Yeah, no, I thought the same thing. I mean, that's the first person who does it and puts it on Reddit. Everybody knows about it. It doesn't matter.
I hear you like yelling at somebody.
I don't know, and I feel I really wish there were more weapons like the Santir Spear because it's just such a good weapon in that game. Everything feels faster and you have more options and everything. I like that weapon. I feel that when you have a weapon like that, and then you compare it to like the differences between a Red Rust scimitar and the regular falchion and realize they're not that much different, and then you see this fucking spear that's also a twin blade but also a curved sword, but also like why wasn't there more like that? I wish there was. I mean, it'd probably be imbalanced as hell, but I really wish there was back then.
Oh, goddamn.
Now it's garbage because everybody just parries it, but whatever.
Oh.
That doesn't matter.
So, that was my... I just know Fram's been snoring this entire time. That was my wireless adapter for the Xbox One controller. That I will be using with
you finally
my
got
PC.
it. Awesome.
Too bad I don't have the
fantastic.
PC for it yet.
Well, it's
But,
coming.
in the process of going out there and going, this won't take long. It's just going to be a little bitty tiny box, and it was. Turns out someone else had ordered something so massive that I spent the next 5 minutes or whatever it was trying to drag it into the house.
Nice.
Weighed probably about 200 pounds. Better be worth it, whatever it is.
Well, I think Dark Souls 3, from what I've seen, I'm not trying to spoil anything. I know there's some people who don't, I don't care. Everybody here probably knows, I'm PvP. I couldn't give it. The Souls story is dead to me. It's dead. I don't care. None of it matters anymore. It's all shit. But I do know that from what I've seen, weapon-wise, I like it. I think that there's some variety there. It looks good. Viability too. Strength weapons look like they could be viable again. PvP and otherwise, which is a
What
needed
examples
thing.
of strength weapons have we seen, anyways?
A big
I saw
ass
that.
fucking greatsword.
Yeah, you got the Zweihander. I know that one.
Those are kind of
People's
mid-range.
vibe, because I know there's like a
Depends on
greatsword style, just like the original greatsword from like Dark Souls 1. I know I saw
Yeah,
like one
it
of those.
depends on
and
the
then there was
game. Because like Dark 2 had strength weapons that were like beyond ridiculous for being strength weapons. But Dark 1, I guess your strength weapon, the topmost thing that you can get is probably like a Demon Great Axe or something, which is
Yep.
kind of ludicrous, but not
scaling.
that. Yeah.
Nobody really uses it either because the weight on it is just stupid. Like,
I
but
saw
it's
one dude using it today.
I mean,
That's
it's
it.
pretty good though. Like it's got I think it has the highest damage output potential of a non-buff weapon in Dark Souls 1, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think because
Well-
it's the only one I think that ends up with an S scaling and strength with a lot of like high base damage or something like that.
It could be also the Great Club, maybe. I can't
Great
remember.
Club, yeah, that might be the
As far
other
as
one.
like just pure AR, I can't remember.
Yeah, the Great Club, the Crystal Great Club is what all the Habel moms are using, and with their Hornet rings. That's they don't
I
use the
love
Demon
that.
Great
I
Axe.
love how people just walk around, just doing nothing, not even wanting to accomplish it. Like they don't want to fight. They just have this giant pool of damage numbers in their hands that they never intend to swing.
Mm-hmm. So, because you're playing a game, you know, this is the mixture of communities. You're playing a game that's both PvE and PvP, and you're gonna get these PvP tryhards. You're gonna get these really competitive guys that, you know, after they're done, you know, stomping you out with the Havelmon, they're gonna go play Street Fighter. I mean, and then they're gonna come back. I mean, that's what they're gonna do. That's the difference. And so to them, it's not about how much fun you had or the effort involved. To them, they're just like, oh, I fucking wrecked that guy. Oh,
I'm
the
so
best.
good. Look how.
I mean, well,
I
that's
love watching,
but
I love
that's-
watching teabag skeletons on a ladder.
But that's what it is. That is what these games are,
What the-
and the mixture, a very odd mixture of communities that we have, where nobody's happy. Dark Souls 3 could give us everything we want as a Souls game, and people would still be unhappy because it's missing blah 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 X, you know, competitive level bullshit.
It's
That's
kind of
just what it's
difficult.
gonna be.
Like they can never get the mesh between PvP and PvE, correct?
No,
They
Right.
they
but
always fuck that up.
how would you do it? Let me ask you.
It
how
is
would you do
difficult. That's the reason why I'm mentioning it, because I've actually discussed this on stream before, but the idea of trying, like, actually, I think I might have mentioned this to you before. Like, a lot of it revolves around the invasion system, because that's usually where most of the PvE/PvP is going to come from. Whereas if you do something like an arena or something like that, then that's organized. You don't really have much of a right to complain about it interfering with your PvE experience at that point, right?
Right.
So, most of it's going to come down to fixing the invasion system. And most of the problem with the invasion system, as I try to get around these wheel skeletons, most of the problem with the invasion system is going to stem from people that are either fitting themselves exclusively to gank people. So, on one hand, they are completely outfitted in a way that no other player can be. Come on, Black Knight. You're interrupting my flow of thought here. There we go. They're outfitted for it, and not only that, they are prepared for it. Like, they know exactly what they're going to do in that area that they are invading. They have a plan. They are experienced PvPers, whereas the person that they're fighting is probably just fighting skeletons or some stupid shit. So you have that problem, which is where things like reducing phantom health comes from. Because then you're not really fighting a fully fledged other player plus the environment. The idea is that you're fighting someone that's part of the environment. And that ends up screwing with PvP, because then they're not matching up correctly. So how do you then deal with that? And the solution that I've kind of talked about before is less focused on the ability to resolve fights in a way that the PvE player that's not skilled at PvP can actually PvP correctly. It's more so sort of like the Bell Maiden system, in that people can get away from the evasions if they're good enough to do that. And that's kind of my solution, the way that I look at it. Not trying to fix the
disagree.
players. Really?
I don't like the idea. No, I don't like the idea of limiting the environment. You know, you created. You know, look at Bloodborne. They created a number of environments that were made for the PvP to happen.
Yeah, and that was the
And-
problem, which I don't agree with at all.
Which is, you know, that's
It's
subjective.
part of the Bell Maiden system and why that didn't work too.
Exactly, but you know, it takes 2 seconds for me to run in there and immediately get rid of that fucking threat.
Right.
2 enemies and a speed run, and then bam, I will never be invaded in that spot ever again. I disagree
So,
with that.
Part of my... Ooh, geez, that did no damage. Part of
'Cause
my
remember, like
solution-
Dark Souls 2 had that ability. You had that ability to be like, oh, I pop a
You had to just shut it
special
off,
effigy,
yeah.
and you could just shut that whole area. You'll not be invaded in for like 30 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just they had that ability in Dark Souls 2, and there was a lot of people who praised that, and people forget that that's there, but it is a thing. You know,
like,
that's,
it's basically glorified offline mode.
Huh.
Like, and
yeah,
that's,
but it
there
is,
it goes.
but it works.
yeah, and I'm kind of okay with it, like to a certain extent, and I kind of hate it in other regards. But like, I think it's one of those things that so few people actually used it, and the people that really did use it were the people who just didn't want to do the PvP experience, which is fine. That's their way. That's how they want to play, and that's always good to have that be optional. But
That's
I
where
mean,
the
there
bell
was-
maiden system came from in the first place. It's the
Yeah.
idea of, well, if you don't like it, then hey, you can turn it off, but only if you're able to get through the level in some extent. But there are two main problems with that.
I kind of
The
hated
one-
that whole like get through the level, beat the boss, then you don't get invaded anymore. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, I
like,
think that's
why
also
that-
like I also don't like that because
Like
once
I mean,
you
because then it just makes that zone safe, and it's like, I mean,
well
I
that and
get it.
you have like if you actually want it to be on for the duration, then you have to actually avoid playing the game. Like you have to avoid
Right.
taking
Yeah,
out
you
the
have
boss.
to like specifically kind of like tune yourself to
Yeah,
do that. Why don't
so
you?
that's another problem.
Are you just trying to get to fucking what's this shit?
I'm just kind of goofing around with the wheel skeletons, but
Okay, I
I
was
guess
about
I'm
to
gonna
say,
go down.
fuck,
into
I was
the
like,
tomb.
fuck these jackasses. Jesus, just run past them. They suck. God, I hate these fucking enemies. They're just so dumb.
Would be nice to get a wheel
They
skeleton
are. They're just
shield.
so stupid. They're well. It's if they picked a like a path
What's
and then
this?
shot down it, that would be
It's a
fine. But they track
bone
you.
wheel shield.
Oh, now you can win the game.
Now I can wheel and shield. Wait, what? Yep, and bone. But my solution, which I'm still trying to get out, was sort of like the Bell Maiden system, except with a lot of changes. Like the Bell Maiden system is there was one Bell Maiden, and once you get rid of her, then it just turns off PvP forever. And if you get to the Bell Maiden, then you can shut off PvP. The thing that I worked out with Spy, and we were talking about this, because you know how Spy is. He greatly values being able to invade people, so he doesn't want that to go away.
I don't know if he really does anymore, though. I mean, he might say
He
that,
does,
but
he does. We were talking about it the other night, so he likes the idea. I don't know if he actually still does it. He doesn't like...
I haven't seen him like do any of that stuff in a long, long
yeah,
time. Like
he doesn't
that's
grief
been
people.
forever.
He might invade
Right.
people or something, but that's kind of where his stance is, I guess. But I was talking to him about it, and we were trying to work out a system that kind of satisfies everyone. And the solution I kind of proposed was the idea of you have sort of quote-unquote bell maidens, but you know how like in Dark 1, if an invader appears, he might appear over here, he might appear over there, he could appear behind you maybe. You don't really know exactly. My kind of solution was whenever you are being invaded, it sort of creates something like a portal or, you know, a person or something that you actually have to walk up and sort of turn off to turn off the PvP, but you actually have to get through the level to be able to get to it. And
I
that
think
never goes
you
away.
and I talked about this actually when we
Yeah.
were talking about the Covenant of Blue, and
Right.
how like we wish that basically it was just an automatic response or there was a portal or something like that. Like basically kind of turning people who are just human who don't maybe want to PvP almost into like Fight Club host. Because I would much prefer if you were like a member of like the Retaliation Covenant, which in this case is the Way of the Blue, or not the Way of the Blue, the Covenant,
Blue-
but whatever
yeah,
the fuck
Blue
the name
Sentinels. Blue
was. Yeah, the
Sentinels.
Blue Sentinels, that's what it was. Like I wish it really was like a retaliatory invasion, right? Like somebody gets invaded and immediately you get pulled into a random world that just got invaded, right? Like because that would really promote like the whole kind of defender aspect and the attacker aspect, and then the third party person can get involved if they want. But in more cases than not, it kind of turns the PvPers. It keeps them wound in with the community, so it gets rid of the whole idea of the arena, right?
Right.
Because you don't really ever want to have a dedicated PvP zone. I mean, I like the arena, but at the same time, I feel like it destroys the world invasion mechanics because they just don't have.
I
it
think
as
that's
much
the reason
anymore.
why they've been trying to get rid of it in this one. I
Yeah,
think.
and it's because I like the idea of arenas for like organized PvP for certain things, but I think in Souls it defeats the whole point of PvP in the first place. Like
I
it's
gotta
weird.
make new friends. Everybody hates what I like.
No, so hang on. That's not. Let me finish.
I actually do like the
I
arena.
like that idea, right? Like tournament style based PvP. It's cool, But at the same time, the whole concept of PvP, I think originally that drew people to Souls was the invasion system in the world, the panic of it, and being like, oh god, now you have to fight in this otherwise PvE game.
There has to be an
Because, like-
advantage. Like, there has to
Yeah,
be a reason why you would want one or the other.
Exactly, yeah, and I think like just having kind of a retaliatory system, it gives more options for PvP. It gives you somebody to defend your dumb ass if you suck, right? Like you can join the Covenant that allows you to get like sucked into that world or whatever, right? And that way you kind of avoid PvP to a certain extent, but at the same time you're still connected to it. So you don't feel like you have to go offline or you have to disable matchmaking or you have to do this or you do like do any of this bullshit. It kind of takes you out of it, but at the same time you're still in it. So that way the PvPers can still just have a fucking field day just beating the shit out of each other. And then the PvE player can be like, oh shit, I got invaded. Oh, thank God, there's someone here to help. You know what I mean? Like shit like that, rather than just totally drawing them out of the world.
Well,
A lot of it
think
is
that's-
also...
I agree. I'm not saying that, like, you know, I really do wish that the Blue Covenant was done better. I do agree. I think it's just asking a lot of the netcode to be like that responsive, because it's really that's their major issue, is it just doesn't detect quick enough. Anytime I was a Blue, and this was impossible to do on the PS3, impossible because of the loading times. So if you were in there and during its heyday when there was plenty of people to do it, you would be summoned as Blue to help somebody out, and that guy's already dead because I just went through that huge ass loading screen and I had to run through something. No, he's dead. He's gone. Host is gone. He's dead.
I'm here to help.
I'm here
Oh, he's
for
dead.
nothing. Yeah, that was a waste of my time, everyone's time, and that's just how it was. And then it
Yeah.
was slightly doable in Scholar for a little bit when there was traffic, but it still just wasn't responsive enough. There
Well,
wasn't
that's on
enough connections
FromSoft,
for
yeah.
that.
That's not on the design mechanic. That's on them to figure this out. Other games could easily do it. Like, I mean, fucking Dying Light did it. I mean, that was
Wait,
fine.
what?
Yeah,
What do you
they
mean
were able to
Dying Light
do invasions and shit just fine in that game with the Night
It has
Hunters or whatever.
invasion system? No, I didn't
Yes.
know that they actually
Yes,
had
it
that
does.
system.
Yeah, you can invade as a Night Hunter, and you can also do co-op with people while you're like getting invaded and shit. So they pretty much did the Souls. It's not exactly the same. So before chat's like, it's different, but they have an invasion system and it worked well. Like it works fine.
I almost got
And
the
I
skull,
think
or the
if
skull.
From was a real development company like that knew what they were doing with like netcode and shit like that, they could probably pull this off. But we've seen in the past they don't know what they're doing. They have a whole okay, that's unfair. I'm not gonna call them incompetent for it. They just don't. They don't know. It's
They're not
like
focused
in
on it.
their. Right, it's not in their repertoire. What are you doing, Eli? You're just jumping.
I'm
off
screwing
shit.
around. Don't mind
What's
me.
happening over here?
I was trying to actually see. There's this. Oh, geez, you see that? It's fucking great. Oh, you should see that. I actually, as the skeleton was falling, I plunged attacked him in midair as he was falling right below me. That was amazing.
I think
love screwing off in these games.
I think what we should have done, or what they should have done with the Blues, is remove that ring that you have to wear to get Blues
Now,
to
that's
show
one
up, and
thing.
just
Absolutely.
just make it to where the Covenant you invade. That's it.
Well,
period.
let's go
If
to
you're in that
extremes for a
Covenant-
second. Let's do
there.
extremes. Let's say that there's no ring, and you don't help anyone in any specific covenant. Just if a red shows up anywhere for any reason, then a blue
Then
sentinel can
you
also
and your
show
blue,
up.
yes. Then you and your blue Covenant would be summoned to that world. Yes.
Yeah. Now, what's
Without
the
that
problem
ring.
with that? Like, I can see that maybe being a problem. For like, if you're a red invader, then there's basically it's basically the same thing as we have now in 3, where people think that maybe there's a chance that you cannot invade someone unless they have a co-op partner. So it's basically the same thing now. It's the same exact problem.
Well, we don't know if that's in the full game or not.
Yeah. But
This is-
anyway,
it's the same Bloodborne thing we didn't know before. Like
Yeah.
we kind of had bits and pieces, and we didn't actually know until we saw it in practice
but
in full
point
force.
being, if the Covenant actually worked that way, it would work really, really well. If people were just constantly invading and being counter-invaded everywhere, but would that be too much for the red? Like, would that be something that a red invader, someone that's dedicated to it, would absolutely despise?
Well, probably.
I feel like it kind of comes with the territory though, because
Yeah, it
effect-
doesn't matter. Yeah, you're
you're invading somebody else under the assumption that they will have to deal with. Because the red already has the advantage of not having to deal with mobs, and they get the element of surprise. They get the fact that somebody might be like half health. They might be non-optimal build.
They
for
also
some
have all
shit,
the
or-
enemies in the area on their side.
Yeah, so shit like that, right? You know, they do have the enemies on their side, right? But at the same time, they're kind of.
What if I use fall control?
I don't know, they're already at like a little bit of a disadvantage, so, and they're making that choice to invade. So it's the malicious intent rather than like the, so it's not like supposed to be like some honorable bullshit, right? Like it's, I mean, you are effectively malice. You're going into their world just being a fuckface. Like you don't really, well, you know what I mean? And that's good. Like that's the way it should be. You should just be random fuckfaces showed up. Like that's the point. It's to be like a dick, and you know, it's okay if they're not at the advantage or if it's fair. But then the whole argument of like, well, what if you want fair PvP? So we'll put in an arena and that's world PvP, because then no one's out in the world doing it. They'd rather do honor a brew duels in the arena and all that shit. So
Well, I think
also
that's
suggest,
the challenge. See, now I don't mind that. See, if you tell me Dark Souls 3 is like how it was in the beta, where you could only invade if they've got a co-op, I will disagree with that. However, if you told me that there's a covenant that would just automatically summon somebody to help somebody out, I'm okay with that. I mean, that's fine. I mean, there's going to be more ganks, but at the same time, they're at least committing to something.
Yeah, I never understood why they restricted
instead of just
like they
like
restricted it twice over. Because one, you can only help people that are in the covenant that no one wants to be in, because there's no use for it.
Exactly.
Like it's just the noob covenant.
So
use
you have
this if
that
you want
covenant.
another covenant to work. And they did the ring.
Right. If you have that covenant and somebody's committing to it and saying, okay, I'm going to be a blue, that's what I'm going to do, and that's how I'm going to get my PvP, is I'm going to gank people, you know, while they invade the host. That's fine to me. But an overall, I can only invade you if you've got friends, I think that's stupid.
Yeah,
I
that
think
is. I don't like that at all.
I don't like that. I you know, I understand people think the invader has a lot of advantages, but you know, they don't. We don't know yet in Dark Souls 3, since they can heal and do all of this other weird shit. But I don't know. I think having an arena is giving everybody what they want. I understand people think it subtracts, but I don't think it does. I think it's more of like a practice zone, kind of going at it. You can kind of control the situation, and both people are consensually going into PvP, instead of some guy who's just, you know, oh, I wonder what this does. Oh, what does that mean? I've been invaded. I don't know
People
what that
have
means.
suggested the idea of cracked invaders are the ones that have reduced health, like severely reduced health, because they're part of the world. And then if you summon in via soapstone, then they're completely normal. And I would be kind of okay with that.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not a
kind of okay
perfect
with
thing.
that too. Yeah, because that would still let you do your honor a brew duels and shit. I mean,
Like the
Well,
main
and,
thing
and there's
that
some people, it's not even really like the whole honor crap. I know it's a meme, but it's like for somebody like me, I want to take my build and I want to put it against somebody who's got their build and they're ready, and we are just gonna fight, because there's the PvP mechanics and the way these games work is very unique to PvP in general. It's very special, and I love it. I hate the rest of these games. I just like the PvP. It's why I got fucking into it. If this didn't have PvP, you guys wouldn't even know me, because I wouldn't be a solo streamer. But, so you're catering to me when you put in an arena. You're catering to people like me. It's not so much about, oh, I just want a fair fight or whatever. No, I just want regular PvP like I get in other games.
like arenas, like fight clubs, sort of almost serve the same purpose, but they don't. Because you can have interference, you can have people that are just being dickheads, and what the fuck? What are you doing over here? Okay, no, never mind. So it kind of serves the same function, and I think that's where they're kind of going with in 3, if they're not going to have arenas at all. But then you have to worry about people showing up and just dicking around and trying to rush and kill the host while you're trying to organize things. Because you've had that reaction. Like whenever you invade on the bridge sometimes, you'll show up and be like, oh, fucking Fight Club. I don't give a shit about Fight Clubs. And that interferes with you, but you're also interfering with what they want. So arenas kind of serve that function, and I don't really see a way around it of dealing with the open world aspect of it and trying to integrate PvE and PvP while also having an arena, but also having a fight club that people may not necessarily care about.
Well, we'll find out. We're a
Guess
month
so.
away from knowing how bad it is.
well, technically we're 2 weeks away. So
Okay, well,
we'll
yeah, but
see.
the Japanese aren't going to tell us nothing, because they're going to go. And
No,
do
they
it.
won't, but we'll get to see. Trust me, there are going to be plenty of people, because the PS4 is not region locked, if I remember correctly. So
No, it's not. You can go get a JPN
yeah,
EN card or whatever.
get your fucking dick ready for that, because there's going to be a shitload of people streaming fucking the Japanese version and trying to figure shit out. And You're gonna have like the 3 guys who did Rosetta Stone who were like, no, this right here means Dragon Wand
I
of the
can't
Great
wait for
Sword.
that. I can't wait
So
for the
there's gonna be the
mistranslations.
Rosetta Stones out there who are gonna be playing the JP version, and you know they're gonna find all this bullshit, and then they're gonna people, and then the American audience is gonna get a hold of it. And I say the American audience just because of the sheer size of it. I know the UK is getting it too. I'm just saying, like, the American audience is gonna get it, and they're gonna be like, I really fucking hate this, and I like people.
And everybody's gonna be, you know, avoiding Twitch, and here I am, like, where's that red eye? Show me that red eye, or where's that at, man?
Yeah, where the red eye or
Apparently it's pretty early.
and then you're gonna see it. And it's gonna be at the end of the game, and you're gonna be like, I hate you. It's gonna be right where it was in Dark Souls 1 with fucking Kath. It's like, I think you get this shit. Like, you couldn't talk to Framp, you couldn't do this, you can't place the Lord. It's like, man, fuck you. Just can you please give me the PvP item like at some point that's reasonable?
Like, I would take it to the extreme in the other direction. That would probably also not be healthy, but I don't care. That just, here's every single area in the entire game right away. It's all interconnected. Here's a big hole you start in. If you want to fall down to the bottom of the hole and fight the final boss, you can, but you probably are going to get the shit kicked out of you to the extreme, and you have no chance at all. But you might be able to roll over here and grab a weapon and homeward bone back or something. So everything is available.
I like I know you already did Pi. I know you. I know where the red eye orb is in the game. I know that. I don't care. I'm gonna be searching up other crap. You know, just an example as a PvPer who just doesn't care about fucking spoilers. I like Dark Souls 1's red eye. I think it was funny because I realized, you know, if you didn't bottomless box, or if you didn't glitch or do cheating in any way, twinking was such a fucking commitment to play that game at level 20.
You had to do
kill the
like
fucking...
this build that I'm running now
Four
is
games.
sort of twink-like because I'm running Chaos, and I got it very early on in the game.
Any friendly
Just
fan?
to, well, no, actually, I was trying to run it legitimately this time, and it is kind of a nightmare just trying to do that because
Oh, it's absurd.
let's see, I can't remember all the
horrible.
shit you have to do. Kill that guy.
Also,
You
to
have
everybody
to,
who's upset about the UK comment, it's a fucking joke. Jesus Christ. They're just like mantids on a burning ship over in
But
Europe, just
you-
screaming.
You have to upgrade a weapon to +5 using Andre, and then you have to go down to the catacombs. You have to farm green Titanite shards in Blighttown, and then go to Vamos. And then after you upgrade via Vamos and you get your +5 fire weapon, you have to go unlock Lost Izalith early and beat Ceaseless Discharge. And then after beating Ceaseless Discharge, you have to kill yourself to pick up the Ember that allows you to use Chaos Scaling. Then farm more green Titanite shards, and then go back and then upgrade a weapon using red Titanite chunks that you don't have because you have to farm them from those stupid worms that never drop them. So if you want to twink,
It's
go
dog
ahead,
shit.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm okay with twinking if you have to earn it, but I mean, that's kind of
Especially
the
whenever the
twinking as it
downside is just some kid crying about his 200 souls that he lost.
I played at least 3,000 hours of Dark Souls 1 back in the day, at least maybe 2,500. But you know, and I made a lot of fucking builds. I probably deleted more builds than people even made. And
Yeah, same.
twinking to me was like you go in, you're like, oh, Twinker invaded me, and you get killed, and then you never see another Twinker again, and you just move on with your life. They acted like it was this big game breaking, oh my god, ruins everything. Oh,
I can't even take a
That's
step.
why they put it in
so
Soul
many
Memory, is they
times.
thought that it was such a big fucking deal.
But it
and it really
wasn't. It
wasn't.
wasn't
You
it
get through the
wasn't a big deal
parish
at
and you're
all.
done. You're done.
Yes.
It's over. It's over. There's no more happening. You get through the Burg and the parish, and for the most part, it's over. And so they decided, let's put in this horrible fucking system to
That
protect people
ruins
from
every
this.
aspect of the game everywhere.
And in more cases than not, it actually hurt more new players because they'd sit there like farming the same shit over and over because they're dying a lot. Their soul
Yeah.
memory goes way up, and then they
Lose
they
all
get
their
invade-
souls.
They suck ass, and then they're like get invaded by somebody with 500k soul memory, and they're like, oh! And they just get murdered late game. It's like the difference between just getting annihilated up front a couple times and like being like the true Dark Souls starts her. Rather than like the true Dark Souls just starts throughout the rest of the fucking game as you're just painstakingly clawing your way through this shithole.
Like the whole...
To be fair, SM, I mean, it got better. It got better as when Scholar came out. It was
They
too late.
band-aided it
It
Quite a
was
bit.
too late. Well, not even just by the ring. I mean, they added more tiers. It made more sense. There was more of a, you know, you could stay in a tier for a long ass time unless you really fucked up. I mean, it made sense. And I know the ability to fuck up that bad shouldn't even be there, but it made more sense. I'm not defending Soul Memory. They kind of made it better. But the first implementation of that, where they're just like, oh no, man, you're
It shows
you're
that they weren't
between
thinking. It, this, more than
100,000
anything
and 3
else.
million? Yeah, that's one tier, bro. You're gonna get fucked. It's
It
like,
shows
no,
that they did
that's-
not consider anything at all. They just, in true FromSoft fashion, they heard vaguely about some problem somewhere because Bandai couldn't shut their fucking mouths about it. And then they decided, well, I guess we can fix it doing this thing. And they thought about it like 2 seconds, and that was it.
Pi, I know you keep saying backup saves, and I'm not disagreeing with you. However, casual players do that. We're talking about casual, regular people here,
Yeah.
not just our crazy ass fucking PvP. You gotta have to optimize.
It's a very small percentage of the
It-
actual
it
players.
is.
as
It is a
usual.
very
it's just like
small
comparing the
place.
amount of people that did SL1 runs versus the mass player base. It's like 1%, if that. Like it's
Right.
nobody. Like it's
Which
just
is-
nobody.
Right, which is why we're making those comparisons instead of just saying, "What a bunch of idiots! Just back up your saves." That's what we're trying.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for the normal person who's just playing through the game, there you go. That's it. You know, it's just this.
I
Yeah,
love
I'm
how
sure-
people
I'm
always
sure
make
we're
it
saying
and
stuff
stuff
anal
like that.
about this fucking like we sit here and bitch more about this game than we probably ever should. I mean, like it should not matter this much, but
I mean, we play it more than I do. A bunch of us play it more than we should, but so we talk about it more than we should. It's gonna happen, regardless. We're gonna be upset. I mean, Nick, you're not even in Souls that much anymore, and you're just sitting there just sighing in contempt of Dark Souls 3. Like, it's just it's gonna happen. Shit consumes your life.
I'm gonna play it. I mean, it's gonna happen. That's our job now. So
Did you hear
I
about
have
the,
to
did you
play
hear
it.
about the frames mistake? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, can you believe that PR even made it out? Like, can you even just fathom that for a company to
that?
do
It being
something that
50
stupid? The thing
sped
about
up?
the 30 frames, and then they were like, oh, we're wrong. I was like, how did this happen?
Because they
How'd
don't
you
know.
do this? Who
The funny
said,
thing
like,
is-
I'm gonna make a tweet on the account that's confirmed. And then they're gonna be like, you fucking idiot, it's 60. And then they have to make a tweet that's like, I'm sorry, we're incompetent. And we
Forget
and
what
we
you
let
heard.
Someone do.
The tweet says, forget what you heard. It should have said in parentheses, from us.
Yeah, forget. But it was Dark Souls game that tweeted the 30 for FPS, right? Or was it
Yeah.
somebody else? Oh,
I don't even know where they
them.
eventually. I don't
Jesus
even know where they heard
Christ.
it from.
My God.
The funny thing about the example that they handed out like a GIF of supposedly 60 frames per second.
Oh yeah, and it was it stuttered a little bit. It's got micro stutters in it, and I was like,
Well, to me, it looked like it was sped up.
I
It looked like it was sped up. And the other thing,
Christ.
it's not even 60 frames per second. That's
I
the best thing
know.
about it. It's
I
actually
know, it made
50
me
frames
so
per
mad.
second.
My butt is just full of like a big salt lick. Right? I saw that and I was like, what is this? I was like, your little shitty system that you're 60 FPS stroking your dick to is like some fucking cardboard box that's like got micro stutters and whatever. I was like, oh, gross, dude. Don't stop. You don't even know what you're doing. Please just quit.
I love when Nick
Let a
clips his
fan do
mic
it.
when he screams, and he's just like, it just makes it like it's censored, like half the screen is censored.
Oh, God. I've never seen that. And they uploaded it to like Giphy, which is like the shittiest site ever. Like they
Giphy.
couldn't even bother to go to like Imager and make it like a GIF 5, right? They couldn't even or a GIF V rather. They couldn't have done like anything to make it look buttery. They had to upload it to fucking Frame Drop Central.
Should have
And it's,
just been like a
running ass,
Facebook
and I'm like,
post.
oh no. Oh.
That's an inside look at how that company works, man.
That really sums it up.
Inside
Like,
look.
even whenever they're
fucked.
trying to impress you, they fail.
Why do we like these games? Why couldn't we like something more mainstream?
Because the alternative is playing shit like Far Cry or something.
Oh, dude, I do have a salt lick booty though. I'm confirming that with chat. Like, yes, you're right. I get so mad when like non-PC companies like try to get like in on the PC joke. They're like, look, we're part of the master race. It's like, no, you're not. You don't even know what you're doing. You're like, look, guys, 60 FPS. I'm like, this runs like shit. God. I'm like, God, just do the PS4 version at 30 FPS just so you can be honest. Because this is what most people are gonna get anyway. Like,
Oh, you guys ready for Scholar 3? You guys ready for that? I'm ready for 60 frames on PS4. Scholar 3.
I just love the fuckery
I don't
of
think
it
that's gonna happen. If
because
they,
it's obvious that Namco Bandai does not know if it's going to be 60 or 30 because FromSoft, like, they don't even know, one, that people are concerned about it. Like, the fact that they didn't know that is already itself concerning. But FromSoft, one, does not say anything about it. And another is that whenever they realize, oh, this is a thing people care about, they can't even get a response on it from FromSoft because they don't know either. Because they're like, I don't know, maybe it will, maybe it won't.
They don't talk to each other. We know
No,
that.
they don't. FromSoft
Well,
doesn't
that's
talk
the
to
problem
anyone.
of like, okay, so we brought this up in our Discord the other night. Like we were having a nice spirited discussion about graphical fidelity, and I said it's
Spirited.
it's absolutely disgusting that that this is even a discussion. Like, you know, any other game, if there was a big AAA title, like let's say The Division. Do you think The Division ever had to mention what their frame rate their game was going to run at?
Of course it's
I'm
gonna
playing,
be.
I'm playing that right now. And I was
Because
thinking that
on
too.
PC, it's absolutely fucking expected. System that can run it, it should be able to at least do 60 FPS. It's like that should never be a selling point. They're like sitting there stroking their praise the dick over this fucking. They're sitting there just fapping over this like Solaire pictures, praising intensifies.
I love that it's praise the
all
sun
this
too.
fucking. All
The
that
most
fucking
mean
garbage,
shit that
right?
they can-
They're just sitting there and they're stroking. They're like, yeah, we do it, we do it, we do it. And it's like, yeah, you do it. You did a baseline fucking PC game. Thanks. Like
You did the
fucking
bare
that
minimum.
shitty SCP containment protocol, that little dog shit game, that'll even run it. Oh god, dog attack. Hang on, I'm gonna mute my mic.
It doesn't take much. They keep doing it. They keep fucking it up. It's amazing. Now go away, skeletal column things. There's enough out of you. Oh, I never placed the Lord Vessel. I forgot about that. Oh well. But I love that. I especially love that their 50 frame per second sped up GIF is not even. It's not even indicative of anything they have. It's like they got the report and they were like, well, no one's going to believe it unless we show something, right? So they just loaded up video of someone else doing something and they're like, well, speed it up so that it looks like it's 60. And they render out that
and
shit
they rotate
at
the
50
camera all
frames a second.
fast too, just trying to
Yeah.
be. But do you guys get what I'm saying though about the 60 FPS thing and how like it should never have even been a discussion? Like it's like I can't believe that this is like praising intensifies. It's like no, this is baseline. That's like going to a restaurant and be like, guys, we have cooked food, and they're like, wow, cooked food
And fries.
nice.
High fives for
Praising
everyone.
intensifies. Praise the sun. And I'm like, no, this is basic bitch shit. You should have just had this. This isn't praiseworthy.
Guys, we're not tying things to frame rate this time. There won't be a durability bug. Good job. You're supposed to do that.
Thank you. The
That is
game
expected.
functions. Thanks.
You're not stupid.
Oh, the durability bug in quotation. Oh, it
I
just
can't wait for the
triggers me.
and
Oh,
the
yeah, we've
inevitable
discussed that,
multi-plat
haven't we?
curse of
I forget
we
what
have
I
to
even
watch
said
for the
about
first
that.
3 fucking weeks.
You said
of goddamn
durability
people doing-
oversight because you didn't want to trigger me. The
Yeah, it's like
oversight.
it's not a bug. A bug implies that it was something that was a mistake.
Yeah,
just
it's not a
ignored it.
mistake. It's just a dumbass. We fucked
Yeah, they were
up.
just stupid.
Yeah.
And they never owned up to it either.
Oh yeah, no, that was my favorite. They don't. You should read some of the old Dark Souls 2 patch notes. I remember they said they fixed abnormal damage on Chaos Blade. I'm like abnormal because you
Like the
motherfuckers
Japanese
can't do
shit, they
math.
cannot
it's
admit
it's
to
interesting
things.
how we fucking figured it out. We did the math on it, but you guys are like, oh, that's really weird. It shouldn't do that much damage when you add these numbers together. It's fucking weird how it comes out to a bigger number. That's pretty abnormal how math works. God, that
Yeah,
gets
they
me
always have to
every
phrase it like it
fucking
wasn't
time.
their fault. Like it was
Yeah,
something that,
oh.
like it was. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be this way, or like
We added
I
5
love
plus 5 and it equaled 10. There's a bug.
I love mistakes
Fix
in
that.
Japanese development because they can
We
never
fix
admit to them. And if they're outright mistakes, there's no way for them to like turn that. Like they can't introduce like the new agape ring that actually is another option. Just in case for some reason you don't want to gain souls because maybe there's some other system you don't like. Well, hey, here's a new thing. Congratulations, us. We did a good job, and we were never wrong about anything. Hello, Rob.
Please understand.
Please understand.
We're bad at math.
All right, but seriously, who's ready for the comparisons for the first 3 weeks of the
Oh,
PC
come
version
on.
versus PS4 versus Xbox One versus
It's not gonna
Xbox
be a
Zero versus
comparison.
Xbox Original
It's
versus
gonna be-
GameCube?
It's gonna be guys like you who are gonna be like, you could play it on PS4 if you want that cinematic experience.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be people like you, and I'm gonna be
I just
sitting
like
here
PC because
I
that's just
don't
my
have
shit.
fucking $1,500 to drop on a PC. Kiss my ass.
Listen,
Fuck.
listen.
Mhm.
If you want the cinematic experience, if you want to watch
there
Interstellar,
it goes. In 2
if you would
seconds.
like to watch Interstellar, it's definitely the best way to play the game.
I can understand people not having the money to buy a PC or anything like that. That's perfectly
But you should
understandable.
never punish the PC players for having hardware that can do it.
That too,
And that's like
but
where the
if-
whole like 30 FPS thing like gets. That's where people get irritated. Is they're just like, but my system can handle your bad game at 60 FPS. They're like, no, it can't. It's like, but I built this.
No,
'cause
it
I'm
can.
passionate. I'm
My
passionate
system's
about
more powerful
gaming
than
and
the
like
ones you
having a
use to
quality
make it.
gaming experience. Well, no, you don't count.
But you're
It's
not
like,
gonna
but-
get that. You're not gonna get that from a Japanese company. They don't do
Yeah,
PC for
I
games.
love
They
it
don't.
whenever they intentionally ruin the PC port. Like this has happened in Western games too, where I can't remember the name of it. It's some know nothing game that ended up being nothing anyways. But there was some case of a game coming out that they couldn't, like they showed preview builds, right? And this is always a thing. They show the previews and it looks great. It looks great because they want to advertise it as looking great. And then they figure out, oh, our shitty console that runs on architecture that's like 10 years old because we need to sell consoles. Apparently, it does not work. So let's just pretend that this version of the game never existed, and let's downgrade everything on the PC to ensure that there's no distinction between them. Like, no, fuck you.
I like how there's people in chat who are just turning on us and they're just like, bitch, 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 Americans. I love it. Oh man.
But I was going to say the people that I love, like I can understand not having enough money to buy a PC, perfectly understandable. My thing that I love is whenever people try to play it off, like the cinematic experience thing, where they try to play it off as, well, yeah, but this doesn't matter, or, well, our version's going to have better netcode, or something. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, this version is transparently better. It's the same fucking thing.
well,
Not everything has to turn into a, well, my penis, though. Like, it doesn't matter. It does not fucking matter.
our netcode was better though. I'm just mad.
Keep it them transit curses, baby.
Oh man.
Ah. I cannot wait for Dark Souls 3 to come out so I can begin complaining about it in earnest.
Oh yeah. We're all gonna be there. Shitting on everything.
Oh, that's why I was going down there, yeah. I forgot why I was even going down to the tomb, and it was because I wanted to farm the babies. I wanted to farm babies for humanity.
Nice.
Because I didn't want to involve any friendly phantoms.
Somebody say America.
America. So who's played the Division? Anybody in here played the Division? Any one of y'all?
It's... I get a stupid free coupon or something with this computer I'm getting. I didn't even know it existed. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. It apparently is whenever I got that. But it was
Yeah, they'll
like,
give you games with your graphics
you're
cards.
getting this thing anyways. Here, do you want a free game? I'm like, I guess. Sure. I don't care. Probably never
Well.
play it. I just love that picture of the waiting line. Whoops. Didn't mean to go down here. I love the
Shooting
picture of the
glass
waiting
out
line.
of a bus.
I don't know anything about that game. I think I vaguely remember seeing previews of it.
I have been following the Division for 4 years since they announced it, and I am just as disappointed as everybody else.
What is it?
It's
Is
a
it just a-
third-person game. Third-person shooter / kind of Destiny loot thing, Borderlands
Oh, another one.
thing.
I fucking hate those.
I like loot games.
I don't.
mind 'em.
I don't like
I don't mind.
Borderland types. I don't, because it just turns into kill something a million times over, and you might get the thing that you want. Oh, can I take off this one mod off this weapon and put it on another mod? No. No. Just keep killing things, and maybe you'll get it one day, because it's all randomly generated. This
Well,
mod doesn't
I
make
mean-
any sense on this thing. Well, fuck you.
You can do that in this one. You can switch mods around and shit.
Well, at least I have that. I
mean,
did that in Borderlands 1. I broke the game, like I started cheating, and I just started actually making weapons that I thought would be interesting using different kinds of mods, and then the game became fun.
I don't know. I think you're just too hard to please. I think that's your problem.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think you have high expectations.
Just
I don't know
The
why.
high expectation of being able to remove something and put it on something else.
who's posting
Yeah.
Glorious Nippon in chat? I see it. See you sneaking in there, getting ready for that March 24th release or whenever the fuck it is. March 27th. Right, I've been brushing up on the Rosetta Stone, getting my kanji and my Romanji and Ramanagani.
The funny
ready.
thing is,
Harukuses.
it doesn't have a
Naruto
huge
Tokugawa.
impact on like a English speaker because everything's in English anyways, aside from text.
Yeah, well, I need that text because I need that.
Gotta
I need
read them
well,
out
the
of
numbers are
descriptions.
the numbers are going to be in English, so congratulations.
Well, I need
The
more than
numbers
that.
will be in English. I love them English numbers.
I'm so glad at least Eli got the joke on English numbers. Now, chat's portrayal of that joke will be, "You dumbass, English don't have numbers, does it? How dare you?
I'm in
The
love with
Romans.
Japanese numbers. How dare you?
The Romans.
Just something the Romans."
Romans. God damn it.
Like even people, what's the name of that? What's the name of that stupid game that everyone was excited for and it got into big controversy? You just mentioned it. Not Legacy.
Destiny.
Destiny. Like people thought that was going to be the hot shit, and then it ended up apparently having some sort of insane
It was hot
garbage of some
shit.
kind.
It was. They thought it was gonna be hot shit, but it was hot shit.
But people still play it.
yeah, they do.
Oh, something dropped something over there.
Is
Oh.
that Wooly? No, Wooly's not here. I'm not Wooly. I'm somebody else.
That is him.
Yeah, it's weird.
You fucking asshole.
We got him. I inadvertently gave Chad a compliment for knowing like the original root of the numerical system. God.
That would work.
I kind of want to play some Dark Souls 1 now.
Why?
Oh, you should join me right now.
Don't do
Not
it.
even stream, just hop in and
Maybe
be
I'll
like,
stream it
I'm an
tonight.
idiot. No, you
Do
won't.
this again.
No, you won't. You'll probably stream some stupid shit.
Some other game. I'm gonna play some Dying Light. You stupid.
I'm going to stream the Return of Jesus. Ah, fuck that.
God, if I ever do stream the Return of Jesus, you guys are coming along for that.
All right.
Because I'm pretty sure Ian and I would need everybody's help for that, for the Return of Jesus.
This ghost room is such horseshit. Like, I'm not having any problem with it, but it is just complete balls to wall stupid. This is one big room where
Evolved
all of them
wasn't
converge.
a fucking bad game. It just didn't have a whole lot of content, and people were so butthurt about it they stopped playing. I mean, it did exactly what they said it was going to do. There's 4 people. There's a monster. Go.
I
kill the
remember people
monster.
being
That's-
really mad about the story. Like, they fired the guy, but they kept trying to use it, but they didn't
That game.
do
That
anything with
game.
it.
The game had a story. I was just you're a hunter.
Yeah,
go,
it was-
go get the monster. Go get him. Go get the monster.
Like, it was supposed to, but they just released and it had nothing there. Except, like, a few item descriptions. And they tried to play it off like Dark Souls. Dark Souls does that. Like, no, you fucking idiots. There's a difference between... There's a difference between creating atmosphere and just having nothing.
Hey, Jesus didn't say anything about homosexuality, Mr. Man.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Jesus
that
loved
discussion.
everybody.
Jesus did love everybody. Jesus was a pretty cool guy, if you read about it.
He was alright.
It's pretty neat.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you need that cursed spite ring, Eli? Is that why you came down here?
Yes. What if I encountered a
you're-
basilisk and it
Forgot
breathed on me?
You're the collectionist.
Yeah.
You have to get everything.
Funny thing is, even on this run, like, I killed Lautrec, so there's no way that I can get his armor. So it's already ruined.
There's no point in not killing Lautrec. His armor is not that great. And
Yeah, I
the
never even
benefits
wear
of
it, but I
killing him
wanna
are just
have it
so
there.
great because they made 2 rings in the game just unbelievably good. Like they're like,
That's
oh,
another
here's
thing.
favorite
I hope they
protection.
don't. I hope they don't do that stupid shit again. Where they have Havel's ring because, oh, best of, you guys love the Havel's ring. Here's the Havel's ring again. Like, don't give us
I
that.
almost guararantee that
we'll
gear
have to
and the
use
ring
it.
is going to be in the game. I would be blown away if it's not.
I will be very surprised because they just cannot resist.
I'll be disappointed. I need my min-max shit at the beginning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to waste a
Dude,
ring
I'm gonna get
slot
some
on
water. I'll be
something
right
that
back.
should have been that way in the first place. What the? Oh, yeah. I forgot I can't do that while this other thing's up. Wait, haven't talked to Ingward yet. I'm glad I don't have to place the fucking Lord Vessel for everything. What's it do? How come I have to place the Lord Vessel to get rid of the fucking P-walls? Oh, you can't go this way. You need to put down the bowl.
55 ring slots. I wish.
What were they thinking with 4 ring slots in 2 anyways?
I don't know. It's got good PvP, man.
I don't think they really understand the concept of making a build in these games.
I don't think they care because you still
No.
paid them.
It's like they keep making them with this intention of, well, people can play them forever. They can just keep repeating the game and level up forever. And everyone else is like, no one does that. Everyone stays at something for meta. And I imagine that must be the most deeply confusing thing ever for them. Like, why would anyone
probably.
do that? It's like,
Yeah,
for the
those-
sake of having limitations, you idiot.
The Japanese, they if you see Japanese builds, they're always like jesters wearing Havel pieces and all that. All the
Yeah.
Japanese players, they go super maximum as long as they can. That's the problem with Dark Souls 2 because in the early Dark Souls 2, because of soul memory, there was no min max. It was just max. That's what you did. You just maxed out. That's all it was. And now that the arena is SL specific, you just never see that anymore. You don't see it, and even if it is, it's only slightly better than what you're using because they're not level 300, so it's not infinitely better than what you're using. So it doesn't matter.
Oh, FromSoft.
She loves you, yeah.
It amazes me, like, we spend so much time, like, no, you need to do this and not this. I just feel like if it was another developer, one, they would probably ruin it by introducing shit tons of cutscenes. I was complaining about Dying Light earlier today to Nick about how, especially Western studios enjoy doing this, where everything
Especially
needs
at the beginning of the game,
like,
dude. It just,
yeah,
they just
they
cram it
want to
in
make a
throat.
movie. They want to make a fucking movie. It's like, no, if you want to make a movie, go make one. Stop shitting up the game and having 10 minutes of mandatory cutscenes before I'm even allowed to even consider playing the game.
And then
But
there's the tower sequence at the beginning that takes about an hour to get through.
Oh, does
So-
it? Ah, shit.
Yeah, well, it depends on how fast you just burn through it. I mean, the story's okay in that game. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's pretty good. It's good for a zombie
But anyways,
game.
if another developer was doing Souls, they would probably do that shit. Like, they wouldn't get it. But at the same time, if another developer was doing Souls, they probably wouldn't have all these problems with matching and builds and invasion
God.
systems.
The dogs are frightened.
What do you want, cat? Huh? What? How did that you, Fluffy? I know. I know you're hungry. I have my window open so people can actually hear noises outside. It's been a lot of chirping today. Can you even hear that cat?
Not really.
Oh,
Are you asking
okay.
us?
Yeah.
I know you guys can hear the dogs over there playing, so.
Just ever so often you'll just hear the cats whining that they're not being fed.
Yeah, the Bitterbits stream is twitch.tv/poop.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Dot poop.
If that's not a username, I'm gonna get fucking mad.
Is it
I'm
poop
gonna
with
get
2 O's
pissed.
or with an E and a W?
Just 2 O's. We're going for the basic poop.
Oh,
Basic.
okay.
Basic.
I kind of like UW. Poop.
See.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got 743 total views and 26 followers.
Well, people obviously went in search of poop.
That's fair.
Solaire couldn't even beat the fucking Hellkite Drake. Piece of shit. What a bitch.
Wow.
How can
I'll just say he's
I
just
need to
standing
do
over
that one
there.
day.
I can't make the run. I'm wearing too much armor, and FromSoft said I can't run fast.
I need to do this in a day. Just blatantly cheat and lock my health and just stand on that bridge just to show off how broken that fight actually is. Which I've done a few times. It actually stun locks you in place, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's awesome. It's good shit.
That's stupid. It's not even a boss. It's just shit. What? What do you want?
Yeah, people keep talking about Neo or whatever and Team Ninja's doing it, which I just don't trust them. I can't.
Ninja.
Yeah, I can't trust Team Ninja. They did okay with the first reboot of Ninja Gaiden, and then that was about it. And even that whole game just turned into Flying Swallow or whatever that one move was that let you like dive bomb people.
Oh,
and you could
yeah.
just spam it. Oh yeah, that was good. Dark Souls 3 should be perfect, 70% fast roll and no more adaptability. Is it actually 70% fast roll? Is that confirmed?
Well, in the network test, they had that turned off, which I was actually complimenting them. Like I forget what context it was. It may have been on stream. I was talking with Spy, and I said, well, at least they learned their lesson about rolling, that no one ever uses anything but fast roll, unless they're just some PvE guy that doesn't know anything about anything. I was like, well, I'll compliment. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but they actually fix that problem by just making it so that you only have one anyways.
Nah,
And he was like, no, they just turned that off.
Mid-roll master race. Mid-race, that's the way to do it. Keep that mid-roll going.
Eli, I'd ask one of your moderators to link who's in the call, but either way, I think the only two present are me and Dropout, and that just turns into just self-shill, and I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, no problem the other night.
Because people were, what are you talking about? That's you, man. You're the
Well, here
shill
then.
master. I'll let you do it. Don't do
Here,
it.
yeah.
Show me that.
Master.
Here we go. No, here we
Oh wait,
go.
no, here, I'll show yours and you show me.
Twitch.tv/bittertits.
Thank you for doing that. That's the best way to link it. I need to go ahead and reserve that just in case.
Bitter tits.
That's Nick, who says who's gonna say hi.
What?
That's Nick. He's part of the Bitter
Oh,
Bits show.
you want to? I understand. Wow, we're really bad at this. Who's gonna say hi?
I'm not bad. You're bad.
You're pretty bad at it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not paying any attention.
We're
to
both
what you
actually
guys
pretty
are
good
doing.
on the DL, and that's a discussion we'll have off camera
Come over here.
about being soulless pieces of shit.
Yeah, I'm really good at those conversations. Just sit there. I'm like, ah. I'm just doing these side quests in the division
This
right
big
now.
tar
I'm
shit
fucking
monster is so
totally
stupid looking.
maxed out.
Look how stupid.
I just one shot everything.
Get off. Get away. Just leave.
Feels
Stop existing.
So good.
Big fat pile of crap. Literally what it is.
Amazing.
Defecation monster.
They're such good monsters. I like the spear that comes out of its mouth.
I fucking hate that shit. I hate it whenever they
Miyazaki,
intentionally
the one who
make
was like, I don't wanna make
animations so
things
slow.
like certain disgusting level, and then he just makes this disgusting ass shit.
And they love doing that. It's their favorite trick in these games. Having an enemy rear back in a way that makes no sense because, hey, it's slower, you can't anticipate it. We made it unnatural to make no sense because then you might actually succeed. And we can't have
Did you-
that.
Dragon, I'm looking at your original Twitch icon. Was it? We know we see the dragon, right? That's all duh, right? That's there. Is that like a stock photo of a hotel room?
Yes, it is.
All right, well I like that.
Why are you?
I can get behind this.
I'm
Why
all
would
about
a-
stock
why would a
photos
horse
and
be in a hotel?
Stock.
Oh look, a new subscriber. You
Top
should address them.
35. Top 35 in disappointment. Thanks, Top 35,
Nice.
for enjoying whatever it is that you're experiencing right now. Because apparently it was good enough to subscribe. You're a fool with your money. A fool! But that's okay.
How about parrying in Dark Souls 3? Are we happy about that?
I'm not.
But
don't
that
like
is
that?
the exact same broken system that's always existed
No,
throughout
more the
every
fact
game.
that it's limited to what shield you have, or what weapon you're
Oh,
wielding in your
yeah.
left hand.
See,
Especially
no,
that.
that doesn't bother me as much as they've kind of switched back into more of a reactionary base than prediction. I don't like that Well, I have to see the PvP before I make these kind of decisions. Because I mean, it's
It would be really good, like Bloodborne's parrying.
it's funny because it has shit fucking.
What are you guys going on about outside? Huh? What are you doing? Just raising a ruckus for no
There's movement in the background.
I hear
Cat,
it.
the cats are afoot.
There we go. Fix that problem. Dogs and cats are just running in a circle, barking, meowing at each other for no reason.
And they're trying to tell you something, man. You're just not listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listening close.
They're
They're
trying to
saying
tell you
don't
something.
play Dark
They're
Souls
trying to tell you
3.
to watch Zootopia.
It's Zootopia. I think that beat Frozen, didn't it, for opening weekend? Just like
God,
number
it did.
5
Well,
now.
Frozen was more of a slow burn. That just turned into a monster, I think. I don't think it was expected to be that big on like opening weekend, I guess. And then it became like whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a shitty movie too.
Yeah, I don't. I've never seen it. I haven't seen Zootopia yet either.
Great Texie, thank you for
I'm not gonna
subscribing.
until it's free. And then maybe, I'm not even sure.
We just interrupted Elias. Thank you for subscribing.
That's right.
Oh, well, he was quiet, so that's his fault.
I'll try
Do
not
it
to
again.
scream over people.
Then do it again. Do it again, man.
I don't even remember what his name is because it's not important.
Great taxi.
Wow.
That is a great.
Come on.
Thank you, Great Tech person, for your subscription.
He is now giving you literally dollars a month. I don't remember what his name is. I guess I need to go watch these damn Dark Souls 3 videos, but I wish like other people would upload some stuff.
Why?
Yeah, do you?
I don't know, like I'll tell you what though. You know whose opinion I would actually like really like to hear? Who I still appreciate a lot is always Frosty. I trust Frosty for the most part.
Uh-huh.
I
Oh,
know
do you?
I know he hates certain things that I like, but I think he does a pretty good job of kind of just
Frosty
going
the
at,
apologist.
going at it with a smile and analyzing it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of being
yeah.
like, this brick over here. Let's take a look at this brick. This brick actually might be Artorias of the Abyss.
Are you trying to
I
imply
just-
something there, Nick?
I just can't handle this. Imply what? What are you talking about?
Are
that
you
you
saying
just
that
pulled
my
a cracked
opinion
red eye
is
orb
not
out of
worth
that guy's
listening to?
butt and how that's symbolic.
Symbolic. It
Yeah,
could mean that
symbolic.
he used to invade people.
And they
If
were
he has it
crammed
in
in
his
his
ass.
butt. He got invaded and he was wearing, normal gear. He wasn't ready for the ninja flipping. And they just got crammed in his butt.
I love how FromSoft will do things like that. They try to create some sort of implication, like, here's this thing, he's holding this, what does that mean? And then, like, 5 minutes later, you'll encounter a guide. It's just like, we just wanted that item to be here. And that's it.
This brick is the best brick.
There is meaning behind bricks sometimes.
Well, I don't disagree with that, but
Oh, God.
let's have a lore conversation while dropouts
Let's
here.
fucking not. Okay? You hijacked my stream with that shit. Give me a break.
Wait, did we?
Oh, my. Really?
I don't
We're
remember.
guys-
bitching about Dark
you guys
Souls
remember?
2
Yeah,
lore
you
or
guys
something.
remember? You guys remember where I didn't talk for 15 minutes, and then you guys just went on about this and that and more, and Poopy the fucking Londo Rock on
Poopy the Londo Rock. Yeah.
Oh, Flan Orlando. It's got a lot
Yeah,
of toll, it's
like-
got a lot of toll roads. You
Red
better watch
X
out.
Tarantula. Thank you for subscribing. And shut up, Dragon. Shut up. Thank you, Red X Tarantula, for being a Red X Tarantula. I guess you're a tarantula that has a red X on its back. That probably means you're very pretty. Pretty enough to be my subscriber. Ever take a look at this thing? Look how weird it is.
What exclusive emotes do I get? I get these two characters.
You get 2 until you get more subscribers, and you get 4. Then you
Both
get
look fairly
more than that.
unimpressed. You know what I said? Unimpressed, not unimpressive. They're still impressive. They just look unimpressed.
Looks like it's made out of things, like its back is cloth, but its front is a bunch of people. Weird.
See, that's... Well, let's talk about this for a second. So, this
It's dead.
this is actually...
Oh,
This is
don't
actually a
start.
failed Nito clone. See, what was actually happening in Flan Orlando is they actually had cloning machines.
See, you're doing
And what
that.
they were
but
trying to
there
do-
actually is an explanation for these things.
What, flub mobs? Yeah,
Yeah.
probably my favorite enemy in the game.
Like they're the drowned survivors. Well, not survivors, but the drowned citizens of the place that you're
yes.
in.
And they huddled up with some super glue and decided we're really gonna fuck somebody's world up if they ever drain this place out. Specifically super glue. There was actually a marketing PR campaign in Venezuela for Dark Souls and super glue.
Would you just shut the fuck up?
What is that?
Oh man.
I'm so tired of your shit.
You don't like it? Flumbalama?
Oh my god.
You just said yourself earlier the story is just dog shit.
It is dog shit.
I'm just helping you out.
Oh, it would be the worst if they actually tried to make like a Western narrative game where you're locked into cinematics and you have to do quick time events and shit.
My brain was just racked by the.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey, is everybody else stuck at 290 viewers? Seems like it's stuck.
Mine's been at 191 for forever. But this is actually I didn't never notice
There are
191.
this.
500. There are 500 people. What?
These statues down here are the
I see
only other ones
290.
aside from the one in
It's
the
500.
painted world that actually has the little Priscilla type. What people assume to be Priscilla is the child in the actually grown up. Never noticed that.
Well, there is 500. It's refreshed.
What
How do you feel about
comes?
Shanalot?
Shit.
The kitty? Oh wait, the
That's
Emerald
Shoutcore.
Herald. Yeah. Why do
Yeah.
they have to name us? Well, whatever.
They just did it. They don't know. Nobody knows.
They don't care.
Except for the lore experts. Let's contact him. Maybe they can maybe they can make a couple inferences and we can finally put to rest this cold case.
You're pushing it. Getting there.
I think really the worst people are the ones that are certain that something is true, but it's something that they just made up. Because there are things that actually are true, like they're pretty blatant, like the description says blah blah blah, and you say, well,
They
this
just
is
made
blah
shit
blah
up,
blah. Whereas they just are just like, no, that's not true. Because see, sometimes the descriptions are there only to mislead you. Because the guy actually that's reading them, which would be you, doesn't know everything. So actually it's this thing that I made up. Because I like that. Fucking hate these things.
You have a subscription.
I looked down and saw it, but I was too busy bitching about something. Who was it?
Meowbringer.
Meow.
Meowbringer? That's adorable. Thank you, Meowbringer, for being adorable. Oh, here comes all three.
It's weird. It's weird to hear you say things are adorable.
Do you disagree that the name Meowbringer is adorable?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Well, it's because you hate anything
fuck
that's
you.
not.
He hates everything. This dragon stick.
It's actually funny because
despises
Dropout gets
all
accused of
life.
hating everything when we're the ones who sit here and just hate everything. Like I kind of like how that all kind of played out, you know.
Yeah, I
Like, I
bet
could sit
you
here and
do.
talk about. I could sit here and talk about Flan Orlando for years. People be like, "That makes sense,"
And then
and then you say, "I don't like Meowbringer's name," and it's like, "God, what a heartless piece of shit." Hope he dies.
Piece
What
of
an
human
asshole.
garbage. Can't we
You
make a
just
camp
suck.
to block this person away in?
God, you were just one click away from Hitler, you piece of shit.
oh my god.
I mean, Mr. Goodnight, do you want like a lore reason behind why they breathe lightning? I got it.
It's interesting that some of them breathe lightning, some of them breathe fire. Calamite
I like
breathes
the
sort
fact
of
that
a
they
dark.
breathe lightning, and apparently
version
their
of it.
big daddy cousins they're scared to death of lightning, and it peels off their stone for some stupid reason. Because we
You
all
little
played
bitch.
Pokemon, and lightning didn't work against stone. Like we all know this, but this is foundational fact. And yet these wyverns,
I
which are
hate
baby
these
dragons,
fucking
pretty
things.
much, they're
They're
just
such
like
fucking
shit to your
cowards,
cousins.
too.
They're shit to your cousins. Just hang on for a minute. Just bear with me. I'm gonna give you some inferences based off of their design. So they have hair, which means they obviously came from raptors. Like these are obviously like raptor wings. And at one point they merged with the birds that carry you from Flan Orlando. I see the gargoyles at one point. The gargoyles were actually the humans that were killed while hollowing by the lightning of the wyverns.
Nick, I'm starting to
which are
think
the
that
bootleg
you're
cousins.
even worse.
He is fucking worse. I don't hate him.
Of course it's worse. It's intended to be fucking worse. I'd hope it was worse. But, yeah. It's good shit.
I
Did
don't
you just...
deserve this.
I thought you died from that because I didn't see you cast fall control, and I was like, why you do this? Why you just jump?
I just wanted it.
Just
I'm
kill
done.
yourself.
I hate these drakes, though. They're such... they're so fucking cowardly. And their fucking stupid lightning breath that makes no sense goes across the whole goddamn map. Like, if you're next to them and they start using it and you run directly away from it, you still can't get... It's like a Acme cartoon of a tree falling on you. Like, it just reaches across eternity.
It's probably in Berserk.
It's probably a fucking Berserk reference.
Well, they're
Like,
not
why
going
didn't
to
these
do it.
wyverns take over the everlasting dragons if they have super
Why
lightning?
do you keep calling them that?
What?
They are, dude.
Wyvern.
Wyvern.
The wyverns, or the, excuse
Wyvern.
me, wyverns, yeah.
It's
Wyvern.
Wyvern. Wyvern.
Wyvern. Yeah,
At
let's
least you
talk
didn't
about the
insist
English
they were
language and the
drakes or
different
something.
pronunciations for everything.
Okay, well, I'm just
You
saying.
say tomato, I say potato. Because I don't eat tomatoes, really.
You either? I don't like tomatoes that much.
I
It
can't
gives me
anymore?
heartburn.
I
It
can't
gets me
eat
heartburn.
tomatoes if they're
Exactly.
if
I
they're like
used to love them, but now I just can't eat them.
if they're big slices. I can't eat tomatoes.
Yeah, I can do raw tomato as long as it's like sliced up and nice and juicy and fresh. I can.
I like
do that,
diced
but I don't-
tomatoes.
You cook that and I'm just gonna get heartburn every time. It's
Yeah.
gonna hurt and I'm gonna hate life. It's gonna
I
get
get
it.
heartburn, but you can smoke for an eternity.
You don't get heartburn from smoking.
I know. I'm just saying that you have one weakness, and it is tomatoes.
That's not the only weakness. Cancer is gonna be a big one of these days.
Time to worry, or there's more time to worry about that later. Mr. Torture?
It's
Well,
alright. They got lasers. They got lasers now.
Yeah, they got lasers. They
Good
got
name.
lasers, dragon. Well, Mr. Torture, you are in the right spot, my friend. You came to the right place. Maybe I should do more cat invasions. I'm sure that'll fix everything.
Drop out will like this. He's gonna enjoy this.
What's that?
Can't click it yet. I'm doing a mission. All right, now I can click it.
Oh, there's nothing to click. Just watch.
Watch what?
Just watch. He's gonna do cats.
Cats.
Oh, okay, you're talking about me. I thought you were linking something. It's like, what is he talking about?
No,
But you're
no,
just being stupid.
Because you're gonna do
Okay.
cat invasions
Cats. Oh.
and have a
Oh.
good time.
Oh, he saw it
Oh.
earlier. My favorite ones were where I invaded the guy, and while I was waving, they would run up and just face fuck me until I die. Why even do that? Like, if you're there for organized PvP, it takes 3 kills ever to max out the rewards for that thing, and you don't get like an aura or something for it. So why would you immediately see someone and just like rush, just panting, sweating as you run towards them? I gotta get to them first. I gotta get there before he finishes the emote. It's like, just calm down, dude. You're not gonna really lose anything here. It's a fucking game. Maybe I'm in the wrong, because I'm always wrong about everything.
Yeah, maybe you are.
Yeah, okay. I probably actually should use a better shield than this. Yeah, at least the old Target shield.
Target. I like that.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's good. It's nice to find the things in life you enjoy.
Uh-huh.
Leather? Oh, even that's too much. Okay. I always love the game of trying to figure out what you can wear before you go over the weight limit. and going in and having to look at your equip load and calculate what 25% of 92.13 or whatever it happens to be. What a good game. I do really enjoy the sound of backstab sometimes. Like sometimes it's extra loud.
It's gushy and overly loud. Yeah.
Like it does like this echo sound. Like I just put a sword in someone's back.
I
don't
should
think it's
just
supposed
mod
to
it and change it to fucking air horns.
Bap! Yeah, that's been done. Pretty good
I
too.
bet it has.
Come to me.
Well, okay, specifically maybe not the backstabs, but I've seen the parries have been modded up, kind of hard. That is one of my favorite things, though. I wish I could do that for Dark Souls 2 because it's so easy to parry.
I love how in Dark Souls 1, enemy like they did the stupid turntable shit in Dark Souls 2 that ruined a lot of PvE. But in 1, you can just rotate to one side and just completely nullify anything a lot of enemies can do. Because they never expected people to do that. You can't, like, they gave no thought at all to the actual dynamics of general combat. They just assumed everyone would always... They always assumed everyone would just do face-to-face combat. Lock off and run behind them? Like Spy was mentioning how during tests in... during tests he was actually fighting the developers in PvP for some reason. I can't remember why. But he's like, wow, they were really garbage.
Yeah, you can counter that, right? I mean, I heard you say at one point on stream you couldn't
What, Dragon?
avoid all these. Never mind. Never mind.
Get into a long discussion about how wrong I am about everything.
That's not everything. Just
Everything can be
backstab.
prevented.
That's you were just saying how there was no way to avoid them. I was just saying that's incorrect.
This RPG man. Oh boy.
Talking about fucking
He's
PvE.
played a role-playing game or two. He knows his way around the forest. Or he has fought the elves.
What? Shut up.
Just that, what? Shut up.
I thought someone dropped something for me. Oh, is this the prize for victory? Guess I'll just take it. Oh, look, a Firekeeper soul. Looks like it's mine. Was that another one? Oh, apparently it was. I can't pick it up.
Like he just ran past this other guy who's doing his honor bow and all sorts of shit.
Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to be fighting this guy. I don't know what he wants. Oh, Solaire, Hollow Solaire with Boulder Knight leggings. Overly sexual Solaire man.
Here we go.
What an exciting fight this is. Why is this the dude that's in the witch's outfit or whatever? It looks like he's intensely overweight. You're making me want to end the stream.
You're making me just want to stop.
Oh, am I fighting the host?
You were saying it was an exciting fight. I was giving you some exciting theme music, you know. I was just giving you that.
All right, Eli, you participated.
I did. I did something.
You participated.
Wow.
Just get a little participation stone. It's a little sunlight medal or something.
Participation stone. I'm so glad to not be sick anymore. I'm ready for
Oh,
that
you are
to
sick.
never be a thing.
You are sick. You just don't know it. You
Uh-huh.
filthy degenerate, you.
Mm-hmm.
You tomato-hating degenerate.
Oh, it's back to the tomatoes again.
Oh, Phillips invaded. That was a nice name. That's a lore-friendly name.
You don't like Brian Eno and Spagbro?
Spagbro is also lore-friendly.
Goddamn, the
Oh,
range on
God.
that. Oh, got a partial on it. That's weird.
Just change the name of the stream to first time playthrough with death counter.
Oh, the bait.
Why am I using a chaos weapon with zero humanity? Because I'm not really taking anything seriously. Bacon Pancakes 619. Get rid of that one, and you'll have yourself a party. Thank you for subscribing. I greatly appreciate your effort in this stream that I'm not putting forth at all. At least one of us has to. Okay. Whoa, that was weird. Just went right through me.
Well, there's the Burninator. He's got his fire drones out.
What's that?
Amazing.
Really don't want to roll backstab someone, but then again, I guess you're kind of expected to.
One more little side mission,
paying
and I
attention.
max
Hold on.
out security.
Close the door. Having to worry about other people. Redneck gamer.
Amazing.
You got that Dying Light expansion, huh?
Yep.
How you liking it?
Don't know yet. 'Cause people wanted to see it from the new game onward, so just gonna start over. I also hadn't played the game in like a year, so I wanted to
Definitely
kinda
threw a lot of
remember what the
zombies
hell I'm
into
doing.
spikes.
Kick them all into the spikes. That's the early game, pretty much, man. Because all the weapons suck bad enough. You just like, well, I guess I'll just kick them into.
Yeah, I
barrels
noticed that you
constantly.
kept using nothing but a pipe. It's like, can he just not use anything else?
Well, the weapons get like a lot better in about 3 or 4 levels. So that they actually start lasting longer than like 3 hits.
Dude, is it one of these? Is it one of these things where you just upgrade stuff all the time?
Kind of, yeah. Get new, better weapons and whatnot.
We gotta play that together sometime.
And do Coop. You have it on PC, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
I
can do
do.
co-op in that game too. That's weird. Ah, drop out playing Dying Light on PC. That'll be funny.
I have it.
Well, that's like 1/16 of the battle right there.
Well,
What? I have it. Just I have it.
well,
It
Well,
exists
according
in
to
my
Nick,
library.
trying to run it on any PC at all, even ours, is like a nightmare.
Well, it
Nah.
runs fine if you're not streaming it at the same time. Like streaming it just because it's a pretty CPU intensive game can get a little hairy. Just because like then OBS is using like 23% of your CPU, then you got Dying Light using like 60, and then if you got Chrome open, that's using like 30, and it's just breaking. Like it's juggling around at like 90 to 99, just constantly. So it's a bit of the pain in the butt. But like playing it just by itself, I mean, yeah, it uses a good bit of resources, but it runs pretty well. So. Can be a very graphically intensive game because there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah,
GPU
I was
gets stressed out.
looking around and like I was internally going through my Western game checklist of focusing on the wrong things. And of course, the first one, number 1, cinematics. Then I started moving around the game world. It's like there is shit all over the place. Like there could have just been like a bed inside of an empty room. But no, there's just like shit everywhere. There's like radios and used like condoms and just fucking just everything. Everything imaginable.
don't play the Division.
And the
Shit
the
everywhere.
leaves on plants for waving around. It's like, okay, I get it. You really want your game to be pretty. You didn't
Yeah,
need to do
don't.
any of this.
Don't play the Division on PC. There's junk everywhere, and it's beautiful.
Oop, wrong one.
Whenever they accept the application, Bacon Pancakes, that's the answer to that question. So,
I thought did you send it yesterday or the day before? Your partnership application? The thing I just asked a question about? Okay.
no, I said like confirm. Yes. a shitty. We'll see where it goes.
Oh. I hate it when we all get this way. Just accomplishing nothing.
Yeah.
And if
people
anyone
still
if
sitting
anyone
around
tries to
enjoying it.
start a coherent thought, then it immediately just becomes
Well, what do you want? What do you want to talk about, Plague? Well, let's do it.
well, nothing
Right
now.
Well, okay, then don't bitch. Everybody's
But
having.
if I
a good
try
chat.
to-
You having a good time? You having a good time, chat? You having a good time? I'm having a good time. We all just shitting around doing nothing. I'm playing the fucking Division. Could be streaming it, but nah, I'm just sitting here on my own ass. I don't give a fuck. Nick's over there talking about lore. Plague's just being Plague. Is it a good time? You having a good time, chat? Is this what you spend your money on?
I'm having a
I'll
good
tell you
time.
what. Yeah, of course, sure. I'll tell you what. I'll try to invade one more time, and then I will run off a cliff or do a typical me thing, and then we'll end the stream. Invading into the world, yay! Freedom at last. Freedom from this barrage of subscribers. Amuse us, Plague. No.
Look, see, they're having a good time. Say,
No,
look.
they're not.
Look,
I
they're
saw
having a
one person say, I wish this was over.
I wish this was fucking over. Apparently the dogs agree. They're over there screaming.
Here comes a guy with a great club.
Oh, hope he buffs it.
I hope he just
Here comes
runs
the
straight
crystal
towards
stick.
me.
Who's ready for the rock candy? Dogs, why are you yelling?
The rock candy dogs.
Feel bad for animals.
Candy.
Just shut up like 100% of the time. Don't make noise. You stop that.
About
Shit.
Nutella?
Yeah. So long, Bandit Chan. Good job, Great Club Phantomman. Good job, host who is backstabbing me for no real reason. And then
Yeah.
I don't even know why he did a follow-up. Like I
wish
didn't
I
even
was
attempt to
dead.
roll. Yeah,
I don't know why, that
just
just,
watch it. Just watch it. It's exactly what you think it would be.
Nice.
He's a good one. He's a talented young man. All right. All right, I've had enough of that. I've had enough of the Dark Souls community for one day.
Don't lie.
For
Get
one
me back.
lifetime. I've had that for a long time. I'm just dead inside from it. Okay. You guys go away, and you too, chat. Ha! I'm a funny guy. I'm gonna go get something to eat, and you guys can go watch Matt or whoever. Since I have overlap with Matt, I guess I'll host him. He'll enjoy. No, he probably won't even notice. All right, everyone, go away. Bye. No, there's nothing funny about that. They need to go away. Get the hell out of here.
Amazing.
Nothing funny.